What's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you guys are well today. It should be a fun week this week, man. We got some big earnings that are coming out. Specifically, Meta. We got Amazon. We have Google or Alphabet, as y'all call it. Twitter, Netflix. Still got a lot of stuff moving. Let me know if you can hear the music. You should be able to. And yeah, it'll be a fun week. What's up, Cap? What's up, AJ? What's up, Santiago? Hey, good luck. Impact stocks. Okay. Oh, man. Hey, what's up, Harry, Joe, Winona? Honestly, it's probably the craziest week we're going to have in the stock market all year, I would say. We got big earnings. We got the CPI report coming out. Or not the CPI report. We got the Fed meeting coming out this week as well. So we got the Fed meeting. We got CPI reports. Or no, not CPI reports. I'm sorry. We got big earnings with Netflix. No, not at that. Man, I'm slacking today. We have Amazon, Alphabet, and Meta earnings this week. Plus, we have the Fed meeting is what's going on. Sorry. Yeah, this is going to be an absolutely crazy week in the stock market. Yeah, it should be fun. We'll see what we get. Let me know what you guys are betting on FOMC meeting. We're going to do a few polls. And do a few polls on both Twitter and on YouTube as we do. How will the market react? REVB. Yeah, we got a lot of penny stocks actually gapping up this morning as well, believe it or not. There's a bunch of penny stocks moving. We'll do it a day and a half. Because when's the Fed meeting? Wednesday, right? So I guess we'll do it 2 days actually. All right, so yeah, the FOMC meeting is going to be Wednesday, as it is. Yeah, it's going to be Wednesday, as it always is, I think. Again, we got this poll on Twitter. Go ahead and vote on it. Here's the poll link. I also appreciate it if you can give me a follow on Twitter. There's the link right there. Hey, what's up, RMCL? What's up, dude? There's the Twitter poll. Go ahead and vote on that. And then for this one, we're going to say bullish or bearish on this week's big earnings report. Which are Google, Meta, and Amazon. Bull or bear, let me know. Put on the polls. Yeah, I mean, people can say whatever they want about me, but y'all know I know what I'm talking about, man. You know. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I think it could go either way. I think it could swing either way. I think if we look at last week's earnings, you know, I think Google is down, Meta is down after Snapchat earnings, and so I don't know. I think we made some initially good strides last week, and then we kind of corrected back after Snapchat earnings, and so I don't know, to be completely honest regarding these. If we look at like a 10-day chart here, we're still green over the last 10 days for like Meta. If we look at a 10-day chart here, we're red for Google, and the 10-day chart on, what was the other one? Google, Meta, and Amazon. If we look at a 10-day chart on this one, we're green. Amazon's probably the most bullish over the last 10 days. Meta is pretty close to break even, and Google is down. And so, the reason you want to consider this is because to a certain point, all of this is already baked into the earnings report. Traders are reacting now to the earnings reports that are going to drop this week. And so, yeah. Govx, yeah, Govx is moving for sure. Kind of a crazy week, in all honesty. Snap lost more pre-market than the company's worth. Yeah, I mean, Snap certainly affected everything in the markets, man. Snap dropped a lot of different things. Or Snap dropped big, Again, the question here with Snap is, what's its normal market price? And is it oversold or not? I think is the question for Snap. Again, I think when it comes down to the guidance or the lack of guidance that they put out last week, I think that's a very bearish sign for Snapchat. I think long term it'll probably be fine. It's worth about 100 billion right now. But regardless, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Govx, man. Yeah, Govx gapping up on news this morning. Here's Govx. It's currently at 91 cents. It went right up to $1, tapped $1, and then came right back down. And so for Govx, let's look at the catalyst here. It's got some type of catalyst. This is Govx lags. MPOC stocks are going to be what's causing a lot of the volatility this morning, as a few people mentioned. And so we got Govx. I'm pretty sure SIGA is an MPOC stock as well, right? So we got a lot of MPOC stocks making moves. FaZe is gapping up. Why is FaZe up? Doesn't FaZe Banks own? TNXP. Thoughts on the SPY? Can you take a look at it? Yeah, I mean, I think the SPY is reeling from last week. It made that push towards 400 and didn't hold at all. But it still had a pretty good week, in all honesty. And looking at it objectively, I think if leading up into these earnings reports and the Fed meeting, I think we might have some sideways action. I think the market might be sideways leading up to this because, again, everybody's a little bit nervous and apprehensive regarding not only the big earnings with Amazon, Meta, and Google, or Alphabet, we should say, but more so with the Fed meeting coming out on Wednesday. I think people are going to be nervous. People are going to be nervous. They're afraid to trade. I think people are going to be nervous to be outspoken on any specific direction. And I think because of that, we might see lower volume today and tomorrow, leading up into the Fed meeting on Wednesday. And then after that, I mean, we might get some influence by the big earnings. I don't think we have any big earnings today. The only thing we really got this morning is Squarespace is the biggest one. Everything else is pretty slow. After the closing bell today, we've got like Logitech, but I still think it's going to be pretty slow. Tomorrow is when the big earnings start with Coca-Cola, McDonald's, GM, UPS, General Electric, Microsoft, Alphabet, Visa, Texas Instruments, Chipotle, all dropping tomorrow. And then Wednesday is when the real big earnings come out with Shopify, Spotify, Sherwin-Williams, Hilton, T-Mobile, Boeing. Earnings are going to impact the market. And then Wednesday evening is when we're going to really be covering Meta, Qualcomm, so QCOM, Etsy, O'Reilly. Thursday, we got MasterCard, Comcast, Pfizer, Harley Davidson, Shell, Merck, Keurig, Honeywell, Apple, Amazon, Intel, Roku, Dexcom, so a lot of big earnings this week, man. A lot of big earnings this week. And then again, Wednesday, we have the Fed meeting, which is going to definitely going to impact the market. But the market is actually green today. So, on a 1 minute chart, we're up pretty nicely. On a 5 or 10 minute chart as well, we're up nicely. I think the big level to watch is 400. I think if we're going to look at a level underneath us that we can watch to see if we hold over, I think we got to look at kind of like a mean of the last few days in terms of support. And so, if we look at a daily chart, maybe we can look at like 290 was a pretty big level that people talked about. 290 down here makes sense. So this is the kind of daily range that I'm watching for today, 400 and 390, kind of that $10 range on the SPY. And let me know what you guys think will happen here. Yeah, I've been on Xbox Live, man, for a long time too. The first Xbox Live game I played was Rainbow Six. Man, it was an old school Rainbow Six. Let me see if I can figure out the name of it, man. It was the old school Rainbow Six. For the original Xbox. I'm gonna see which one of this was. Because I remember playing it. I guess it was Rainbow Six 3 for the original Xbox. It was the first game you could play online. I also played Ghost Recon online when it was first out. And this was like 20, 30, 25 years ago, maybe. Not 25. Maybe like 20 years ago. Mech Warrior, bro. I remember Mech Warrior too, dude. That was a fun game, man. That was right when Xbox Live had first started. It had first come out. What's up, Quan? What's up, Jay? But yeah, it was right when Xbox Live first started, and so it was kind of like new and different, and everybody was pretty hyped about it. But yeah. All right, guys. Hey, big earnings this week. What's your favorite earnings that you're going to be watching this weekend? Let me know. Again, this morning we got Mpox stocks moving with Siga. We got Govx. So Mpox stocks are running up. We got with Siga and Govx. A lot of stuff moving. Again, vote on. So I asked people on Twitter, bullish or bearish on this week's FOMC meeting, and 75% already said they're bearish on the FOMC meeting. Again, we did the poll on this, and we're pretty split as well as we usually are. Bullish or bearish on this week's big earnings with Google, Meta, and Amazon. 48% are bullish, 52% are bearish. So yeah, y'all do me a favor, hit the like button if you haven't already. We certainly appreciate it if you can. And let's keep growing. Should be a fun week though, man. We got a lot of big earnings, big stuff going on. Amazon at 123.20, still watching that. SPY is up to 396. Again, we got Mpox stocks moving today with Govx. We got Siga moving up. We got CMRX moving. So we're gonna look at all of these here. There's some kind of movements going on. CCNC, maybe TNXP got some activity here. AERC. REVB looks kind of interesting here. Definitely moving some with REVB. It's at 120s right now. CMRX, we got GPL, ARDS. But yeah, really the big one is Siga, Govx, in terms of like Mpox stocks. Hey, what's up, Barius? Pretty sure I played Madden on OG Xbox. Yeah, man, I remember I got the original Xbox, bro. I remember I got this original Xbox, and it was really like a hard decision for me at the time. Like, I had saved up my money, and I sold all my old game systems. I remember I had at the time, I had like a PlayStation, and some other stuff. And I sold all my old ones, and I remember I ended up buying an Xbox, and I bought the Xbox. It was the OG Xbox. It was the first one with the huge controllers, bro. I still remember this thing had just huge controllers, man. They were like this big. And I bought it, and I think it came with a football game. I think it was NFL Fever is what it came with. And so NFL Fever, a lesser known NFL game that was for the original Xbox. But I just remember at the time the graphics just being ridiculous, you know, just great graphics. What do I think of Neo? I like Neo as a company. When are the Neo earnings? Ooh, Neo earnings are coming out today? Oh, no. Okay, when are Neo earnings? Okay, so Neo earnings are going to be in August. 8/10 is when the Neo earnings. We usually cover those. I like Neo as a company. Yeah, it was definitely chunky, bro. Do you believe Mpox? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, to be honest. Speaking of that, my son just spiked a fever, man. My son spiked a fever the day before yesterday, so we're dealing with him being sick right now. All right, so is today rollover day for futures contracts? TBLT? Man, TBLT went crazy, man. And I've been telling people this is one of the bigger short squeeze candidates. Yeah, thanks, Cap. I appreciate you, man. He's all right. He actually did pretty good yesterday. He ran a little bit of a fever, but it wasn't super bad yesterday. So he's doing a little bit better, you know, but not much. But big earnings week this week, man. All right, guys. So the housing market has fallen, right? What's the housing market index? Let's see what we got. All right, so is it HMI? Can I just check this? What's a good ETF to check the housing market prices? Let's see what we got. We got VNQ, which is probably the main one that everybody looks at. But what did they do over the weekend here? SCHH. Hey, what's up, Leslie? Hey, thank you, CT. MBB. Hey, what's up, Joseph? Yeah, it doesn't look like I've really reacted too much. I mean, not really much going on. Would it indicate a run if TBLT clears VWAP retest and goes up? That's what we want, right? Well, that's usually like a good short-term sign, and nothing's 100%. And so I'm very careful in, like, you know, telling people yes for sure, no for sure in that regard, just because nothing's 100%. But again, I mean, when we look at like short float consideration, very high short float, if you check flow checker, and this has been one that we've been looking at for a while now. A lot of people here mention this one. This one's just got a ridiculously high short float. But just I want you guys to really remember something here. Like, you're going to get people that are like, yeah, to the moon, to the moon. Remember, these squeezes can happen, and they can cause big volatile action. They can cause big price spikes and big activity in these companies. Just remember, they won't go on forever. And so while TBLT is very good now, it's not going to squeeze up forever. Eventually, it's going to top, and we don't know where. It might top at $20 for all we know. You know what I mean? Or more. You know, I really don't know. But just whenever it clearly is done, you need to be able to cut losses in these type of positions, because what happens is, like, people capitalize on it. They make money. They ride it up. And then when it starts to turn around, i.e. Redbox, they just get really stubborn and refuse to cut it. And even though they were right about the move, even though they made it and rode it all the way up like this, you know, Redbox went from freaking $2 all the way to almost 20, because they were stubborn and because they were greedy is really what it is. They refuse to be like, hey, look, I'm up so big in this position. They just refuse to cut losses. They refuse to take profit. One of the overarching strategies that I use for these type of stocks is, it's okay to take profit. Like, you're going to run into people that just pressure you, and they get really pressuring to, like, never take profit or whatever. They're just trying to artificially inflate their own positions. It's okay to take profit. It's okay to take half of your position off and then sit on a much more safe position after that. You know, it's okay to take a large majority of your position off even, and then ride the rest up, as opposed to just holding and waiting, because you don't know what's going to happen with any of these companies. And so you just got to be careful, because you can see Redbox is all the way back down at $3 now. And so again, you could ride these companies up like TBLT. This is definitely at least somewhat of a short squeeze. You just got to be willing to take profits when you should be. And that's the big thing to understand. If you're going to ride these things up, you just got to be willing to take profit when you should. Yeah. As long as y'all are willing to take profit, it's all good. And you can make a bunch of money from these, of course. You just got to be willing to take profit, my guys. All right. Yep. 100%, man. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, TBLT looks good, man. It's a big movement. Amazon, looking at Amazon is up today. The SPY and the market itself are up as well. We're also going to be looking at, like, Netflix. We're going to be looking at Tesla. Had some news. One of the news that came out earlier is that they're claiming that Elon Musk slept with one of the founders of Survey, or whatever his name was. Elon is denying this completely, but there is some kind of big articles coming out about Elon Musk. Okay, Dad. Hey, we tried, bro. We trying. Redbox actually price per share 76 cents via the merger. Yeah. All right. I'm not telling you guys to do anything, man. I'm just saying be careful, bro. Like I said, I see this happen a lot. I saw it happen with Redbox. I saw it happen with a lot of things, where stocks put in big, crazy moves. And when traders should be taking profit and, like, riding off into the sunset, they're instead doubling down, tripling down, adding to it, refusing to cut losses, and then and then whenever it doesn't do what they wanted it to do, they say manipulation, you know, or they say, oh, the hedge funds are keeping it down, you know, which is just not true, man. It's just running out of steam. Eventually it's gonna turn around. You know, these type of companies are not gonna hold out forever. And so you got to be willing to take profit when you should be, you know. Oh, all good, Leslie. I got you. All good. What terminal do you use? I hope you meant, or I think you mean what platform? I'm using Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, and Benzinga. Check out Benzinga, link in the description if you haven't already. Also, TBLT, do you think TBLT will cool off for today? Do you think it will keep going higher this week? I'm not sure what it's going to do, to be honest. I really have no idea what it's going to do on that way, in that front. No idea. I think that we can look at some major support levels to see what we think. $7 might be a level to watch. $7. We got 750 above us. We've got 650 down below us here. Sevens. So we got some levels here. I think 950 is going to be a big break, and obviously, I think a psychological level to pay attention to is like 10. Yeah, Fed meeting is on Wednesday. Yeah, Snap is over with. But yeah, the Fed meeting is on Wednesday, guys. Wednesday Fed meeting. All right, guys. So yeah, so TBLT is up there. We got Tesla up to 827s here. Again, even though that news came out regarding Tesla, it's up to 827s. And again, the news here, just to show you guys what news we're talking about. Yeah, the Wall Street Journal, or somebody posted a story about Sergey Brin and his wife. Elon Musk slept with Sergey Brin's wife. Elon has come out adamantly denying this, saying that he was actually with Sergey last night and that, it's not true. But yeah, that's the big news coming out today, man. All right, so Elon Musk also came out and said, quote, "I think inflation will decline towards the end of the year. I'm hopeful, and this is not a promise, but I'm hopeful at some point we can reduce prices a bit," end quote. And that was said by Tesla. What's Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies doing? Bitcoin is now at 22,000, right around 22K, and so we'll see if it holds there. Again, we got our vote on the poll here, bullish or bearish on this week's big earnings with Google, Meta, and Amazon. We got 52% saying they're bearish, 48% saying they're bullish. If we look at Twitter, on our Twitter polls, we got bullish or bearish on this week's FOMC meeting. 66% said bearish, 33% said bullish. So, All right, guys, we got the SPY back up to 397s here, so we're about $3 or $3 away on the SPY from the big $400 level that everybody's kind of talking about. Dude, I can't even really knock Elon, you know, for that, at least. I think Elon's biggest mistake is that he's becoming too political, and I think whenever you run a business like a car business or any type of business where you know it's just you need to appeal to the broad market, and when you come out really outspoken politically on one side, then it's gonna discourage spending on your products. You know, and I think that's an objective truth. It might also, you know, it might encourage spending on the products by that one side. But again, I don't think that's enough to justify coming out politically outspoken. And I think that he'll probably refrain from that moving forward, I think. But again, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, guys. Tesla up to 827s, SPY up to 397s, Amazon at 123.20s here. We got TBLT at 708s. We got Mpox stocks moving with SIGA at 418s now. Are y'all buying any of these MP stocks? And if you are, let me know. Hey, what's up, NCal? Good morning. Good morning. I'm getting you and RMCL mixed up because y'all both have orange letter names. Hey, what's up, Rick? What's up, bro? Thanks for coming on every morning, doing your live shows and sharing with us your perspective on the market. I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you, Rick. Thank you for being supportive, man. Genuinely appreciate that. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you guys are all doing well. Man, all right, so Amazon is up there. We got the SPY up to 397s here. Siga is now pushing over VWAP here. It's Monday. Yeah, Meta earnings Wednesday. Not just Meta earnings, but also Amazon earnings, Google earnings, or Alphabet earnings, FOMC Fed meeting where they're going to choose to raise or lower interest rates. All that stuff is going on right around Wednesday, right around middle of this week. And I think, again, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. I think we might get some apprehension leading up to this. I think we might be a little bit slow leading up to all this. I think that people are going to be nervous. They're going to be afraid to trade because they're going to be afraid to, you know, pick a direction. Hey, thank you, Top Spin. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I mean, Top Spin, like I said, man, my big thing here is like everything we do here is free. And so we don't sell anything or charge for anything or claim to be an expert or act like a guru. We're just, as the name suggests, we're just a free community for traders. You know, our goal is to help new traders learn. But we've been trading every day for 5 years now. So we're not beginners. I'm not a beginner, at least here. But our job is to help traders, and we're just giving people a free resource, you know. Again, I'm not going to say names, but I see a lot of other traders coming out and being like, oh, we're going to completely change the game. We're going to offer a free Discord or a free YouTube channel. It's like, bro, there's lots of us who have been doing this for years and years, you know. In the end, guys, you know, I've said it once and I'll say it again. I think the paid model for trading courses and content is going out the window. I think that will consistently trend less and less commonly over time. And I think people are going to realize that you can find free content out there without paying extensively for it. You know, there's free Discords, there's free content, there's free YouTube channels who give away everything for free without claiming to be experts or acting like gurus or trying to be sleazy and kind of, you know. And so in the end, you don't need to pay for a course. You never have. You never needed to. You know why? It's because people might take the paid courses, learn what's in them, and then offer that stuff for free, as they do. And so, yeah. Point is, don't pay for a course. You don't need to. You know. Good morning, John. Do you make money from YouTube? Of course I do. Of course I do. You know, but I make money. But the difference here is that I make money giving away things for free. You know, I make money. It's the best of both worlds. I give things away for free and I make money while I do it. You know, I don't have to pressure people with overpriced courses on publicly available content, you know, and basically pressure people to spend their hard-earned money on stuff that's out there for free. You know, like it's all free out there. Like you don't need to pay for that stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm not really knocking on the traders either. Like I said, man, I'm not against all paid content. Like if you want to offer like a course where it's like less than $1,000 and it may be like $500 and you're getting like a lot of value for it, like do your thing. As long as you're actually a good trader, I'm not knocking anybody for it. All I'm trying to say is like, don't pressure traders to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on publicly available content. You know, afterwards it makes them depressed, you know, because they realize, hey, I just got ripped off, you know. What's up, Diago? Hey, my man. Thank you, brother. Yeah, CMRX. Yeah, there's a lot of those stocks. Look at Siga pop up. Siga's up to 1450s. 1450s here. So Siga's moving. It's up to 1450s. Let's see if it actually holds. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is like I don't like the pressure model of like pressuring people to spend their hard-earned money on nonsense, you know. I'd rather just give everything away for free, as I do. Yeah, so there's Siga up to $15, just ramped up here, big volume. If we look at Siga, it's an Mpox stock for Siga, SIGA. So it's an Mpox stock. The float is smaller. It's not a tiny float. It does have some short float in there, but look at Siga ramp up 1520s right now, 1515s. So it just broke pre-market highs for SIGA. It is an Mpox stock. Again, the float's about 50 million, so it's not really like, it's definitely not a micro float, but it's not a huge float either. It's a smaller float, but it's not tiny, you know. So we're watching it. About 9% short float is what I'm showing up on my platforms here. And yeah. Yeah, there's some tubers making 1 to 3 million a year with market videos. I believe it, man. And like I said, I understand why, but it'd be hard for me to sleep at night, you know. Man, look at Siga up to 1560s, 1570s. I believe Govx is just an Mpox stock, MP stock. And so with that, it's just moving up with that type of stuff. Yeah, and I think Govx is going to move up in sympathy. Yeah, there it goes. So I think the original one, guys, was probably Siga. Siga broke highs. I don't know. Let's see which one broke and ripped up first. So this was at 654 market time. And this was at 7. Okay, so actually Govx was the leader here in terms of sympathy. So Govx is ripping up, and Siga's kind of just following it. I wouldn't be surprised to see Siga bounce a little bit too when you consider how much Govx is pushing up still. But yeah, the original one was actually Govx, so it was pushing up before Siga here. And so yeah, we're watching it. $15 seems like a reasonable level, but yeah, look at Govx ramp. I don't think any of these have actual like catalysts. I think they're all right, so yeah, they're all up on the WHO concerns. Up to 120s. Let's see if Siga bounces here. So this is actually moving up really nicely. Volume is better on Govx as well, and I think the float is smaller. Yeah, Govx float is about 12.5 million, so it's much smaller than Siga as well. So in terms of like momentum, Govx is probably going to have higher momentum. You know, maybe not, but generally speaking. All right, so there's the bounce on Siga right at 15s. Bounced at right under 15s. It's at 123s and 124s, so it's still moving up nicely. Where's AMC at now? All right, so Siga's trying to hold support. What's AMC at nowadays? AMC all the way back down to 15s. Wow. So AMC's crazy big push up to 1850 didn't hold. Let's see if 15 holds. Let me know if you guys think it will. There's Siga again, kind of moving. It's following this, but it's moving in a little bit later here. But there's Siga pop up. It's at 1550s now. All right, guys. So Siga's still testing those highs. All right, there's Siga back up over 16 for a split second, over 16. All right, guys. So Siga's up to 16, pulling back some. Govx all the way back down to $1 per share, which might be a big whole dollar level. We still got Tesla at 825s here. SPY is under 397s now, so that might be influencing everything. Govx, REVB. Yeah, so Siga pulling back some. Here's REVB. REVB's at 120s here. So REVB's just not holding, unfortunately. Govx bouncing at that $1 level here. And then Siga's still pushing up. Let's watch like 15s. See if 15 holds. Yeah, TBLT's big one. Crazy short squeeze. Kind of a crazy short squeeze. All right, 7s for TBLT. Govx bouncing up to 110s again. Pretty volatile morning for these few. We're going to come back to TBLT, but there's Siga up there. It's at 15s. Let's watch the previous highs up here, like 1480s and 15, 1475 and 14. Or in 15, I mean. Yeah, good luck, Connie. Crypto dub after the weekend. Yeah. I mean, it just... crypto, we just want to see it hold over 20K short term and then maybe eventually make a push towards 30K. But who knows? All right, Siga's at 1550s here. We got Gvx at 113s. Also, guys, do me a favor and join our Discord. You know, we got a pretty active Discord. And so if you haven't already, join our Discord. Also, give me a follow on... There's our Discord right there if you want to check it out. Also, give me a follow on Twitter if you have not already. But yeah, let me know what you guys are watching today. I don't think we got any really big earnings except for like maybe Squarespace earnings are coming out this morning. I don't know how big the market cap of Squarespace is. Let me see. Squarespace. So yeah, the earnings were released already. Market cap of Squarespace is about 3 billion. So it's big, but it's not huge. They put in an EPS beat. Squarespace did drop their numbers here. If we look at SQSP, down on the day now. They dropped second quarter EPS of 46-cent profit, adjusted EPS of 45-cent profit per share, up from a 322 loss year over year. Sales of 212 beat the 212 estimates. So Squarespace actually had pretty good numbers here. They had better than expected all the way around. SQSP is against Squarespace, and they're down big already over the last year. Also, 4-year chart, they're down big too. So let me know what you guys think. Are y'all bullish or bearish on Squarespace? And if so, why or why not? Let me know. Siga's still bouncing up here. So these are kind of the big ones. These monkeypox plays are kind of the big ones that everybody's watching. You still stream it on Facebook? No, we tried it. Facebook, I kind of neglect my Facebook, if I'm being honest. So I don't really I don't really, use Facebook that much for business. I've got like 4,000 followers or something on my Facebook, but like I just don't ever use it. I think the last time I signed into my Facebook prior to last week when I tried that streaming thing was like months. And so it's just something I don't really use a ton. I use Discord a lot, and I use Discord a lot, and I use Twitter probably more than anything else. All right, guys. So the MP stock, Siga and Gvx at 1540s, and Gvx is at 108. So we're still watching these. Hey, what's up, KB? Good morning. Yeah, y'all hit that like button. Square had bad guidance, though, and guidance is what people are really looking at right now for recession fears. Yeah, and that's kind of been everything right now, man. I mean, even I think Snapchat posted better. Snapchat posted DAU of 346 million, but they didn't post guidance because fears of all this stuff. And so it's like guidance has been the one thing where a company can have just amazing results. They might have just the best results ever. But if they post fearful guidance, or if they don't post guidance at all, which indicates fear, then the stock crashes. You know, and you can look at Snapchat as a good example of that. A lot of the earnings last week had worse than expected results, but not bad guidance, and so they did okay. But what hours does TOS allow futures trading? 24/7. I'm pretty sure, Joshua. I'm pretty sure it's 24/7, but I'm not 100%. All right, guys. Siga's still popping up here. We do have some big support that held for GOVX at 1. Again, SPY up to 397s. It's a huge week for a lot of different things. It's a big week in the market. Not only do we have the FOMC interest rate decision meeting, but we also have Meta earnings. We have Amazon earnings. We have Microsoft earnings. We have Google earnings. And so we just got a big week of earnings going forward. And that's going to influence the market massively, as it does. And so, yeah, we'll see what we get. But big week this week, guys. A lot of stuff coming out this week. Big day. Big days for the market coming up. And, you know, again, my guess is that we might be a little bit apprehensive today and tomorrow leading up into the Fed meeting and leading up into these big earnings releases. We don't really have any big earnings today, and the Fed meeting's not until Wednesday. And so because of that, it might be a little bit slower, I think, today and tomorrow. Maybe not, though. Let me know. Do you think we'll get some volatility today and tomorrow, guys? Or do you think it'll be slow leading into the big FOMC release, the big earnings releases that are coming out this week and more? Bitcoin, speaking of crypto, Bitcoin just dropped under 22,000. And so Bitcoin under 22K. Yeah. Yeah, TNXP, another one. Less volume on TNXP, though. But better than normal, I guess. But less volume here. It looks like a larger range, smaller float. Hey, what's up, Buy Stocks? Good morning, good morning. Hope you're doing good, bro. All right, guys. Let's do this. Remember, guys, take it slow. Do you guys think it'll be slow leading into this big week? Hey, what's up, Rick? Trading with you from Fort Myers. Hey, nice, man. Hey, enjoy it. Sounds like fun, bro. But yeah, I heard a few people talk about the housing market and some other stuff. Do you think the housing market, how do you think the housing market is going to play out with all this stuff? Again, I've been telling people for the last year or so that I thought the housing market was in a bubble, and I think we're going to start correcting back down. So there's TNXP. We're still looking at Siga here. SIGA still holding over 1550s. Should I buy this? Should I buy this? Let me know. I'll have to go with like 10 shares, right? All right, we're in 10 shares of Siga. Just 10, just a little baby 10. We'll see what we get. Hey, what's up? All we do is twin. Amazon and Google will be one of the few that are bullish, but it may be. Yeah, for sure. Chris, what's up, dude? A lot of people agree with that. Yeah, for sure. It'll be a fun week, man. But those are some big ones for sure. Christopher. Who knows what'll happen, man? I'm excited just because it's going to give volatility to the week. Bitcoin back over 22K, but Bitcoin's testing 22,000 right now. Let me know if it's time for dip buys there. GOVX at 109s. At 109s. And again, I could add a little bit more to this. Here's 1550 support. Small trade currently. Housing market's the last thing to take a hit. So, probably accurate. Volatile fun week. Yeah, man, it'll be an interesting week for sure. TBLT just trying. Yeah, TBLT, one of the biggest short squeezes we got in a while. But again, learn something from Redbox, guys. Like, stocks can squeeze up big. And as you can see with TBLT, this is happening. But you got to take profit on the run, in my opinion, at least. I don't know. But don't be like a lot of traders who just get stuck, okay? Squeezes don't last forever. There's nothing wrong with taking 50 to 75% of your position off, protecting yourself, and then still having a small piece to be able to ride up more of a squeeze, right? But what happened with a lot of people with Redbox is that they just refused to take profit. They got really stubborn. And so even though Redbox ran all the way up to almost $20 a share, they just kept thinking it was the next GameStop. And so they just didn't take profit and they just rode it all the way back down, right? Squeezes don't last forever. You know, it might be the best squeeze ever, but like you got to take profit on the move. If you don't, you're going to be stuck, you know? And so it's one of those things where squeezes aren't going to go on forever. Take profit when you can. You know, and again, I'm not telling you what to do. Do what you got to do, but you got to protect yourself. Take profit when you can. If not, again, you can see Redbox dropped all the way down back to $3 a share now, where it's sitting now. And so don't let greed impact your profits. Like, take profit when you should. All right, guys, we're in Siga here. 10 shares, small. We got Gvx moving. We got a lot of big ones today, man. We got IEA, REVB ripping up. Look at IEA. What is this one moving up on? Is this a earnings release? Let me see. Infrastructure and energy alternatives. Second quarter earnings are not now. Mastech is going to buy IEA for a cash deal. Okay, so this is an acquisition. So this probably won't move that much after this. BTVT is up there. We got TNXP, CCNC, ADXN. We've got Phase stock moving up a little bit. I think changes in ownership or something like that. They dropped something. Siga moving, as we said. Govx pulling back a little bit now. SYN. Yeah, GPL looks like a split of some sort. Again, Amzn up to 123s. 123s. Here's Netflix. Netflix at 221. Big one this week, guys, is Meta. Facebook. Here's Meta. Meta's at 170s right now. Do y'all think this is cheap for Meta? Or do you think they're baking into their earnings release this week, man? Meta's dropped a lot. Do y'all think this is cheap for Meta? It's at 170 right now. It seems cheap to me. But let me know. Silver's been beat up, hopefully, for one more dip. CMRX and wheat on watch. Nice, Virgo. Never hurts to take profit. That's right. Still in wheat myself. Shooting again. Make sure beginners listen to you about taking profits. Yeah, you know how it goes, man. A lot of the time, the truth hurts. And so even though people hear me and they know it's the truth, a lot of the time they get mad at me for saying it because it hurts too much to talk about it. A lot of people would rather live in dreamland than looking at things reality-wise. And again, my job is to help people, not tell them what they want to hear. And, you know, in the end, you got to take profits when you should be. Again, if you're up 30, 40, 50% on something, me personally, I'm at least taking some of it off. You know, I'm not just going to blindly hold on to anything expecting, you know, something that very, very rarely happens to happen. You know, there's nothing wrong with, again, taking 50% of your position off, holding the rest of the 50%. That way, if it goes against you, you're still fine. You know, but if it continues in your direction, you're still fine. You're still making money, as opposed to just refusing to take profit and just sitting on, you know, a position, even though you're up big on it, just getting really stubborn, trying to. A lot of the times I'll hear like the morality argument, like, I'm in this for the movement. It's like, no, you're not. You're in this to make money. Everybody is, you know. If you're in this for the movement, you're just basically losing money for moral reasons, which you probably shouldn't be in the stock market. Meta is undervalued. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Meta getting a lot of competition from TikTok. Yep. Hey, TikTok is, you know, a beast right now. Yeah, I don't think diamond handsing is really a good philosophy. I think that telling people to blindly hold something, you know, is never a good thing. I think that you can be strong with your position if you're taking like a long-term trade, and I think that's fine. But I think whenever you're up, if you're up 30, 40, 50% in something, you know, common logic is take a little bit of it off. Protect yourself in the trade. It's going to make you look at it more objectively. Taking profit is going to help you look at it more objectively. It's going to help you have stronger positions because you're going to be in the green and you can risk what you've already made on the position, which is going to help you hold it longer. You know. Nice, Rick. Hey, as long as you're taking profit, brother. Congrats. Nice work. Capitalism. Eh. Yeah, I'm in stock trading to make money, man. I don't have any delusions about helping some type of movement or, you know, moral implications of trading. I'm going to do whatever I can to make money in this, and everybody else is as well. I mean, that's what everybody does. Haven't seen a catalyst worth gambling on. Yeah, I mean, they got the MP stuff going on right now. So you got Siga and Govx and all that stuff. But at this point, they're kind of high up there. That's why like 10 shares is 10 shares, like very small. Yeah, and in the end, I'm a capitalist as well. Cap, you know. All right, guys. So Siga started to push back up. Yeah, I can respect Bill Ackman for his move against Herbalife. I think Herbalife is one of the biggest scammy companies out there in the world right now. When you consider the fact that they're a multi-level marketing company that essentially takes advantage of, you know, lower income communities, I think that they should go to zero. You know, Herbalife. You know, they're predatory. You know, it's just unfortunate that companies like that are still allowed to run. But shout out to Bill Ackman for doing his thing. I mean, aside from being one of the top 3 traders in the world ahead of me, Bill Ackman's a smart dude. Yeah, that's what happened, Leslie. That's why everything's going up. Yeah, Carlos said, I wish I heard this when I was up 15K in AMC. All these YouTubers saying that it's going to the moon. Yeah, bro. I mean, they, like I said, bro, they pulled the old switcheroo on a lot of you guys, man, with the AMC community. When AMC's at 60 or 70, and I made money on AMC and I took profit at like $65. But when a lot of people were saying AMC is going to go to 1,000, I was telling people that it was probably extended and I wouldn't bet my life savings on it. And sure enough, we dropped all the way back down to $10. And then the same YouTubers that gave everybody those unrealistic expectations, they pulled the whole switcheroo. They kind of pivot to start talking about other stuff. Like they just stopped talking about AMC and GameStop. And then they start talking about other stocks and they just act like they never told everybody that AMC was going to hit 1,000. You know, it is what it is, man. But it kind of shows, like, listen, if you're all are new traders, like young retail investors are the ones that get hurt the most by that because they're the ones that don't see the red flags, you know. Hello, sir. What time it is? Persian. It is 7:26 market time. Hey, and we got 230 people here. Hit that subscribe button, guys, if you haven't already. Yeah, well, social media in general is very trend-like, so it's gonna. Aside from like Google, I think most social media companies are vulnerable. Outside of Google, I think Google is diversified well enough to be fine, regardless of anything. You know, I think Google and YouTube are huge, and they're not going anywhere. But I think all the other social media companies, including Instagram, which is Facebook and Meta, I know, are vulnerable. You know, I think that historically social media companies have about a 10-year lifespan. You know, after that 10 years, some up and coming, you know, new thing prop starts up and everybody kind of migrates over to them. Happened recently with TikTok. You know, and so I think it'll happen again eventually. But again, this is excluding YouTube and Google, you know, because YouTube and Google are really established at this point in time, and they fill a need. They solve a problem, and so I think YouTube and Google are fine. But all the other social media companies, you know, I think there's risks and there's vulnerabilities there. All right, guys. So we're still in Siga here. We're still in Siga. SPY dipping down to 397s, but the SPY got up to 397.50s or so short term. So market's kind of moving up a little bit. Meta is at 170s here. Tesla up to 827s or so, 827.50. So a lot of stuff moving. Big earnings week, big fundamental data release week with the Fed meeting on Wednesday, where we're going to figure out if they're going to raise or lower rates. Again, let me know what you guys expect for that. Should be a fun week, and we are currently in a small position on Siga right now. Man, Doyle Brunson. Shots fired at Lex in the poker world, man. Man, Doyle Brunson is 87 years old, man. Shout out to him. Yeah, the problem, though, is like the real problem with all these meme short squeeze stocks. The real problem is this, is that short squeezes don't last forever. And what happens is like you got a certain percentage of traders that capitalize on the initial move. But then after that, because the movement was so big, you got a large percentage of them that just get stuck. You know, while some of them capitalize on it, you got a large percentage of them that just get stuck. And then when they lose money, they just refuse to get out. Right. And when that happens, it kind of creates like an artificial sentiment of bullishness because so many people lost money that they're just kind of refusing to exit the position. And in turn, you know, they kind of have these communities that sprout up from people that are stuck, like people that lost money on these short squeezes. Like they sprout up these communities where everybody's kind of patting each other on the back, telling each other that one day that their losing trade is going to go green again. You know, the problem, though, is that GameStop short squeezes are very, very, very rare, man. Those things do not happen a lot. You know, I've traded every day for 5 years plus. You know, I've seen a crazy GameStop short squeeze once with GameStop. I've seen AMC move. And so in the end, the problem is that it just clouds people's judgment. You know, it's really the problem. I think AMC will get back over 20 almost certainly. And I think AMC is pretty cheap right here considering the size of the following. You know, so I actually like AMC where it's at. I don't think AMC looks bad. But there's a difference between liking AMC now and thinking it's going to hit 1,000 short term. You know? Yeah, also, hedge funds are not dumb. Like, they lost billions of dollars. Like, if you think they're just going to blindly lose billions again out of the same thing, doing the same exact thing, y'all are wrong. They're not dumb people. These are some of the brightest and smartest people in the world. They're not just going to say, hey, guys, I know we lost billions of dollars on this AMC short squeeze or this GameStop short squeeze. Let's just pile in super short again. You know, like, it's just not going to happen. But again, you do get squeezes, though. And if you look at Redbox here, Redbox squeezed up nicely. Again, as I told people, though, these don't last forever, man. They're not going to last forever. This thing went almost up to 20. The latest one is TBLT. You know, TBLT ripped all the way up short term recently. It's over 7 now. So, I mean, squeezes certainly can happen. You know, big squeezes can happen. I've seen big squeezes back from dry ships. If you guys are really OGs of the market, you remember DRYS, an old school shipping company that squeezed up big, went up to like $100 or more, and then came right back down to $2. But the big thing to understand is that they very rarely hold their gains. And so it's like you can make money on them. You just got to be willing to take profit when you should. CMRX is over 230s right now. Here's Meta. Meta over 170s now. Yeah, AMC went big, man. I ended up making money on AMC and getting out at like $65, I remember, or something like that. And when I got out, everybody yelled at me and criticized me. But in hindsight, your boy was right. Yeah, Kodak. Yeah, Kodak was a big one too. Yeah, all right. Then you know. If you remember dry ships, then you know, man. That's an old school one. Eventually, it got delisted and went back to the pink sheets, as they do. But again, I'm sure you had some people still pumping up dry ships. Yeah, I mean, regardless of the justification for the crash for Redbox, Bruce, it doesn't matter. My point is that they don't hold their gains. You know, they just don't hold. You know. And so squeezes happen. But they very rarely hold. And so it's like you can make money from squeezes, but if you refuse to get out, you're probably going to lose money. Bitcoin now under 22K. So Bitcoin is now under 22,000. Siga, we're still pretty green, or we're still break even in Siga, I mean. All right, guys. All right, guys. So we're in Siga still. There's meta at 170s. All right, guys. So Siga's still consolidating towards the highs. Tesla pushing up at 829s right now. We still got REVB. Yeah. Yeah, phase is moving. Hey, what's up, Sean? I don't know about meta, man. I think meta's pretty extended on the downside, though, so I don't hate it. We'll see. You know. All right, guys. So we're still in Siga here. Meta will triple next year, maybe. CMRX, I believe CMRX is an MP stock too. CMRX is up to 235s here. We got GOVX trying to move. Tesla's still up there. GOVX is at 108. It's holding at $1. We got REVB up there as well. It's at 129s. Hmm. All right, guys. So Siga's still trying to hold here. Not maybe. Well, I mean, Bruce, to be honest, anything definitive, like any like it's going to do this is usually, not true. Anybody that's traded the markets for extended periods of time know the instability of markets in general, right? So we don't know what anything's going to do, and you might be wrong, but there's always an if and potentially opposing move that could happen. So it's like, never 100%, I guess is what we're trying to say. Yo, looking at LQDA, Martin. LQDA. Yeah, look at our REBB. All right, guys. We're still in Siga here. LQDA is not doing much. What about, where's the Martin? Really? Bro, I can't take anybody serious that uses these heavy amounts of filters, bro. I just can't. Like if I look at you on Facebook and your cheeks are like shining orange with a filter, I don't trust you. Like, come on now, bro. I'll put it this way. I got like 80-year-old family members on freaking Facebook where their faces are shiny and gold. It's like, bro, you're 80 years old, man. Are you really using a filter? Like, come on now. Like, age gracefully here. Like, let's stop pretending that we look better than we do. Like, it's just unrealistic here. You know? I don't know, Pin. I don't know, Pin. I don't know what you should do with your money, brother. I don't know what you should do with your money. In the end, if you're trying to turn 500 into $1 million, you're probably taking some pretty risky trades. So just good luck, man. I can't tell you what to do. Nobody really knows, and good luck. If I put it this way, if I had $500 and I was trying to turn it into $1 million, I'd probably go to the crypto market. You know what I mean? I'd probably just go to crypto. I know Martin Shkreli isn't a company. Martin Shkreli is Pharma Bro. All right, guys. Siga's still trying here. Siga's still trying. Siga up to 1565s. Hey, what's up, JoJo? Yeah. All right, we'll see, low key. All good, bro. Yeah, man. Wish me luck. Hey, Siga's up to 1567s. So Siga, we are actually green here. SPY pulling back some. Do y'all think the SPY bounces at 397 here? Let me know. Again, do you think the market will be volatile this week leading up into the earnings, like pre-earnings and Fed meeting? Or do you think it'll be slow leading up to that? Let me know. All right, guys. So Siga, we're still green in here. Should I add some more to this? All right, so Siga's up. Should I add some more to this, guys? Let me know. I mean, I'm not going to listen to you guys, but should I? What do you guys think? I feel like I probably should. SPY dipping down to 397s. I kind of want to buy some of this here. Let me see. All right, we bought 10 shares of the SPY here. We'll see how it goes. We're in Siga as well. We might actually add some more to this too. All right, so should I add more for Siga here? I don't know. All right, so we're going to add a little bit more to this for SIGA 20 shares. All right, so we bought the dip here. SPY actually coming back down some. We'll let this 20 shares work, and then the SPY is actually down some, so we're holding that. We also have phase moving a little bit. We got Govx moving some. Govx is starting to pump. This should be good for SIGA trade. All right, so SPY dipping under VWAP here, under 397. Govx is still pushing up. Do these have an inverse relationship, you guys think? Siga, yeah. Siga still popping up. All right, so we're still up in Siga here. We're watching Govx. Should I get out of the market itself? I don't know. We'll let it try. I'm trying to make a longer term trade here for the market. SPY dipping, Siga still ripping. Yeah, so we're diversifying here. Siga, we just want to see if it breaks highs. We'll see if the market bounces too, but Siga, we just want to see if we break highs here. Which it could, it might not too. All right, voting on our poll, bullish or bearish on this week's big earnings. We got 192 votes already, and it's only 7:45 or so. 54% said bearish, 46% said bullish, and so we're still watching that. Yeah, let me know what you guys are watching right now. Siga's up to 1580s. Watching that. SPY up to 397s, roughly, a little bit under that. Looks like they have an inverse relationship, though. As the market moves up, Siga moves down and vice versa. Hey, what's up, Emmanuel? Hey, yes, sir. VERU. Yeah, VERU's up to 1470s, 1480s. So we'll see if it holds for VERU. I don't know enough about the company to say, but it is up some. TNXP trying, it's at 140s. We got Snacks. We got Phase, which is moving up on something. TNXP, I think this is the MP stock. SYN, REVB moving some too. Earnings will be good. Yeah, well, I meant guidance within the earnings too. So we're not just talking about earnings. We're mostly talking about guidance. Guidance is probably the most important metric there for all of those is guidance. All right, SPY popping up a little bit. SIGA still trying here. We just want to see if we can break highs. Yeah, VERU doesn't have enough volume right now. It's got some. It's moving a little bit, but the volume's too light for VERU. Like it had this big pop, but then it's just slowed. You know, 1460s. There's just not really much volume to accompany it here. For me personally, in my own style of trading, that is. Q. Here's Amazon. Still watching Meta. Tech bounced a little bit. Here's Meta. It's at 169s. Personally bearish on guidance. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of guidance is going to be bearish because people are just nervous. Supply chain problems. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if guidance is low on a lot of these. Yeah, AEMD. There's a lot of those going on right now, JB. So AEMD, again, GOVX, SIGA, you know, there's CMRX, I believe, is one. So yeah, there's just a lot of those going on right now. So we're watching them. Here's Amazon. Amazon at 123.40s. Again, you can look at the Q and see like an initial short-term bounce here. These look to have an inverse relationship though. We'll see if the SPY continues. Again, we did a poll on Twitter too. The poll on Twitter said bullish or bearish on this week's FOMC meeting. 30 votes so far. 63% said bearish. 37% said bullish. So watching that, the SPY's moving up. SIGA looks to be moving up some with it. We're just kind of taking some small positions here. Again, let me know if you're going to get volatility. If you think we're going to get volatility today in these markets here. Siga's still pushing up. Siga broke highs for a split second, it looks like. Yeah, Siga broke highs for a split second, had some big profit being taken as soon as it broke those highs. So Siga is breaking highs for a split second, but had some profit taken almost immediately from it. Yeah, so we'll see. A lot of people talking about a potential recession. People are saying there's risk to a recession. I guess the real question is, do you think we're currently in a recession, you guys? Or at least we're close to it. Let me know. All right, Siga pulling back a little bit, SPY dipping down some too. So it doesn't look like they're following each other that closely here. It doesn't look like they're following each other that closely. A lot of Elon news. Siga still trying. SPY still consolidating sideways. Yeah, Elon Musk drama coming out. But yeah, SPY sideways. Q is up there again. We got other MP stocks up. Govx, AEMD, I believe is one. CMRX, I believe is another one. Govx, obviously. SNMP, I don't know if that's one or not. Phase is a gaming stock that's up some. Man, I think mid-August. Yes, in a recession. However, it's not very deep. Hey, what's up, Chris? I think it gets worse before it gets better. Yeah, historically, these type of things have lasted about 16 to 18 months. Is kind of how long these things have lasted historically. Now, again, who knows how long this will last? Nobody really does. It's all open to speculation, of course. Hey, what's up, James? Hey, good luck, brother. Bank of America, BOA. What other big earnings? I don't think there's any other big earnings today, right? We got BAO, or what Bank of America is. What's the Bank of America stock? BAC, that's what it was. BAC up a little bit this morning. Again, we're in two of these, but very small positions currently as we speak. Again, we're in Siga with 10 shares. We're in the SPY with 10 shares. Very small. Hello, John. When would be a good time to get back into real estate? Been a crazy past 2 years. It depends on what you mean by get back into real estate. If you mean like buy houses, I don't know. I'm waiting for the bubble and housing prices to drop, because I think if you don't, I think housing prices are gonna. I think housing prices over the last year are just too high for me personally to like. But it depends on what you mean by get back into real estate, I guess. Mid-August, when things will turn around. The recession started. November for stocks. VS. Yeah, VS has been ripping up today. Look, it's 72 cents for VS, 72 cents. I saw this one moving earlier. It's under $1. Is it an MP stock? They recently announced that they signed their first television contract for the new sports team-focused TV channel, which is expected to launch in the fourth quarter of this year for VS here. And so basically break even with all of these different stocks, Siga and the SPY itself. But yeah, VS is pulling back down to 68s. I could add a little bit to this if I wanted to. We'll see. I like the volatility here. Again, is Snap overextended on the downside now? I guess is the question for Snap. Is Snap extended on the downside? Should I buy this dip? You know what? I think I will. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. We just bought 25 shares of Snap. Plan is to hold this one long term. I just think we're extended enough on the downside for me to be okay with holding that long term. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I mean, it's just an extension play, guys. Y'all can disagree with me on Snap and still appreciate the channel. A lot of people get really, really emotional about Snap. I saw some guy leave me this just the most ridiculous comment. And so in the end, even if I take a trade that you wouldn't take, it's all good here, guys. It's all good here. Understand that, like, everybody's different. And I don't mind Snap on this extension. Snap 16 billion market cap, still worth more. Yeah. I mean, I don't hate Snap. Again, it's just an extension buy. We're just so oversold, I think, at this point in time. If you look at Snap from earnings, that I think they're just pretty cheap here. I might actually add some more to this. It just depends. I might kind of dollar cost average in the Snap over like a few month period, but I might not. I don't know what we're gonna do. Wish me luck. We're about break even in both Siga and the SPY itself, and so we'll see what we get. ZY is up there as well. Yeah, I see ZY. Don't know enough about the company itself for ZY, but we can look it up and see what's going on. ZY surges 21% on. They have a 300 million buyout deal for ZY. All right, so the SPY is still pretty much green. Siga, I mean, we're gonna use maybe a $15 risk level here. We're just gonna try to be patient. Squarespace did drop bad earnings, or at least a bad reaction to the earnings. But yeah, for ZY, we got the FOMC meeting this week. Let me know what you guys like regarding that. We're kind of break even and everything here. All right, so we bought the dip and Snap. That's turning out okay so far. I might need to add some more to this, though. We'll wait and see. All right, Siga's dipping here. We'll cut it and just wait, and just kind of maybe add back if it looks better. And it might bounce here, but there's no reason to hold it too long. I think maybe the catalyst is already done on that front. And the SPY still. What are some good stocks for beginners to buy? I mean, I don't know. It depends on how long you're planning on buying it and all that stuff. I mean, again, it really depends on how long you want to hold it. Longer term. If you're gonna buy longer term, my opinion, at least for this type of stuff, is you want to buy healthy long-term companies. So when you analyze a company, you want to analyze not just like the company's fundamentals with earnings and revenue, but also you want to look at the business objectively over a long period of time and speculate on whether you think that business will survive long-term. And this is incredibly important for like fashion brands and trends, social media companies as well. And so again, that's kind of what you want to do. At least that's what I do. When I analyze these things, I not only look at their fundamentals in terms of like numbers and data and EPS and profitability and earnings, but I also look at what the company does and how vulnerable or risky I think that company is long term. And again, especially comes into play with fashion brands and social media companies, in my opinion, as well as maybe toys. Toys is also very trendy and changes quick. And so, aside from that, there's a lot of other stuff you want to look at. Walmart will go out like Kmart. I think maybe short term, I think Walmart's fine. Long term, I don't know. It's open to speculate on what they're going to do. Target, I just know Target's so expensive. And so I think while more wealthy people will go to Target, and we go to Target, you know, like I hate Target, to be honest, because every time I go there, I feel like I spend like $500, you know. But I think that Target's too expensive for a lot of people. And so I think Walmart will always have its niche in that regard because Target's just so expensive. But again, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But Target up to 158. I think Walmart will always be around, at least over the next 20 years. But yeah. Walmart made a reseller store. Again, still looking at Siga here. Siga pulling back to VWAP. Might bounce here. Might bounce. SPY back over VWAP, which is good. Snap. Again, we might just kind of dollar cost into Snap over the next like two months. For me personally, I think Snap will be fine long term. Just based off of the amount of users that they have. You know, a lot of people got really weird because they said that monetization is rough. Look at KAVL. Snap, it's hard to monetize. And I understand that. But I think eventually companies find ways to, especially if you can build up a following of hundreds of million, then you're probably fine. So KAVL had an international licensing agreement between cable brands and Philip Morris that's moving into the next phase. And this is the catalyst here for KAVL. That is the catalyst there. We're also going to post this on our Twitter. And again, if you want to know some of these big fundamental data, or if you want to know some of these big catalysts that drop as soon as they come out, follow me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/@beginnertrades. And you can find the link here. Gotcha. I like documentaries, so I'll check it out, Chris. Where's it on? Did you sell your Snap trade? Which one? You probably talking about the one I got in after the earnings. Yeah, I sold that one. I sold that one last week. Just didn't want to hold it. I ended up buying it back, though. I might have lost like $10 on the trade. You know, it was a very small trade. It was on Netflix. Got you. You see the huge dump after AT&T earnings? It's cheaper now than ever. Doesn't AT&T have a good dividend, or did they still get rid of their dividend? KAVL is up there. Here's AT&T. AT&T, I think, is still a little bit too high up here. AT&T, you know, I'm looking at it over, you know, extended periods of time. I don't know. Doesn't AT&T have their dividend still, or did they get rid of it? I can't remember. I know you think this is a silly question, but what is the squeeze, and is it good for the buyer seller? I don't think there's any silly questions needed, so it's all good. I really don't. My wife was here learning to trade last week, and like I told her, the only silly question is not asking one. And so it's all good. But a squeeze is when stop outs boost or drop price, right? So squeeze is when a short squeeze, as an example, is when shorts get stopped out in large volumes, consequently causing an influx of buys, which then boosts the price of the stock. So a squeeze is when stop losses on both sides get hit, influencing price massively, is what a squeeze is, right? So basically a short squeeze is like whenever you cover a short position, you have to buy those shares back, right? So whenever you cover a short position, you have to buy shares. So in order to get out of a short position, you have to click buy and buy shares, right? And so if a lot of traders set a stop loss on a short position at like $2 and the stock breaks over $2, a lot of shorts are going to have to cover their positions, which is they're going to have to buy shares back. They're going to have to buy a bunch of shares. And when that happens in large volumes, it ends up causing this domino-like momentum that pumps the price of the stock up. You know, with GameStop, IE, which is probably the best known example recently, you know, it was heavily shorted, 120% short float, so just crazy big short float. And so there was a lot of short traders involved. And when GameStop broke highs that people previously didn't think it could do a lot of traders got stopped out, and that caused a lot of buys coming into GameStop, which pumped the price of GameStop up from like $5 up to like 500 plus at some points. That is a squeeze. So squeezes are just when a lot of traders get stopped out at once, you know, and that influences the price of the stock. Yeah. Yeah, Bruce, I can't tell if you're angry or not, but regardless, it shouldn't anger you either way. It's hard to tell. Like I said, the caps lock just makes it seem like you're yelling. T still has the dividend, yes. They just lowered it. Did they really? So what's the AT&T dividend now? Either way, like I said, they're just all subjective opinions. You know what I mean? So people can think Walmart's going to fail. It's all good. It doesn't matter too much either way. I don't know if I necessarily agree with them, but I can understand, you know, the sentiment, you know, if you, again, we're all trying to bet long-term on stuff. So, okay, as of June 28th, the quarterly dividend is 27 cents per share for AT&T. I don't know if that's justifiable. SPY just popped up big, so we're actually now green in here. KAVL still trying, snap back at lows. Oh yeah, all good. All right, guys. Hook. Been a while since I've seen Hook. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's justifiable to buy AT&T a 23-cent per share dividend. I mean, it's not bad, you know, but it's only about this big of a range, though, you know. So this is the dividend payment. So like, the question is, does AT&T drop this much? You know, I don't know. Let's see what AT&T looks like long term. 1660s is the lows. I don't know how I feel about AT&T stock. I know they have internet, and I know I'm trying to think of all their different business incomes. So I know they have internet. I know they have phone services. What else does AT&T do outside of phones and internet? Yeah, well, I think it's one of those things where, kind of like internet, I think people are going to stop paying for contract-based phone services, and I don't know if I like AT&T long-term because of that. BGFB, isn't that a penny stock? Let me see. Big Five. It's a retail store. I just don't trust any retail store long enough, regardless of the dividend, to hold it. Any retail store is vulnerable, I think, long term, for me personally. Tesla is still moving up, but again, I mean, like I said, you might be right. I just don't know enough about it, and it's a retail store, so I just kind of got to avoid it. Okay, got you. TV. You mean like cable? Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, when I look for dividend paying stocks, I want to find stocks that I think are going to go up long term, obviously, but also pay out a dividend, which is the real key. Is if you're going to find stocks, you want to find stocks that are going to go up long term, but that also pay out a dividend. And so you want to find good, healthy, long term companies that also pay out dividends. And I just don't know if AT&T is that. I think they're trending negatively. I think that over time there's risk in betting long term on AT&T, mostly because I think that paying contract based phone services is going to be discouraging long term in terms of like sentiment. I think less people are going to be using contract based phone services and internet services, and so I think with that, AT&T might struggle long term. But again, it's pure speculation. I really don't know. Let me know if you guys share the same sentiment, but that's kind of how I feel on it. Okay, so they own Directv. Okay, got you. Oh, that's pretty good then. But again, even with that, even with them owning Directv, I think people are going to use Directv less often into the future. Because I think that with Directv, people are going to start streaming everything instead of using Directv. People don't need Directv anymore. They don't need to sign up for a contract-based internet service because of all the up-and-coming apps and stuff like that, like Fubo or Hulu or YouTube TV, or we got a lot of them. We got Fubo, Hulu TV. We have Amazon Prime TV. There's just a bunch of different non-contract based services that I think are going to become larger and larger as time goes on, and I think that's going to really hurt Comcast, Directv, and in turn AT&T. Tesla up to 827s though. Again, we're still in Snap Small. TBLT. Yeah, TBLT is one of the bigger short squeezes to pay attention to, I think, in this way. Again, we still got Siga here that's holding over 15 and just kind of consolidating back and forth. TNXP, we got CCNC. But yeah, ZY was another penny stock that ripped up, and now it's kind of quiet. Wait, was it ZY or VS is what it was? VS is up to 65 cents. This kind of looks good. The VWAP pullback. AT&T split off the Warner Media from the business and recovered completely from the price drop from that split off. Could just stay sideways. Yeah, for sure. Especially Louisiana, every time it's flooded, all AT&T customers lose service. Yeah, I remember that. I remember during Hurricane Gustav, I actually lost my car in Hurricane Gustav. Man, I still regret it. It's a funny story. Let me know if you guys want to hear it. Server farms, telecom towers, some other miscellaneous shenanigans. AT&T, they had the nerve to charge you for the day you had no service. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they came out acting like they were such a good Samaritan because that they were refunding some of it during Gustav. I remember. Directv is a streaming service. Directv is a satellite service, if I remember correctly, right? It might be streaming now, but even if it is streaming, Directv is really expensive relative to the other options. And again, I've been there. This is kind of my history of cable services, right? We had Comcast. And honestly, I hate Comcast with a freaking passion. They are the worst company in the world, in my opinion. They are so sleazy. Their sales-based, commission-based customer service model just makes your customer service agents with Comcast and with DirecTV just be incredibly dishonest with you regarding prices, increases, contracts, and all of that stuff. They're just incredibly dishonest about everything because they make a commission from it. And so they have a conflict of interest in that regard to where they have to kind of be dishonest with you so you'll stay with them so that they'll continue to rake in commission because of the business model that they have, which customer service should never be a commission-based business model. Like, you need to pay your customer service agents a reasonable hourly wage so that they don't mislead you because you put them on commission. And so in that way, we got Comcast, and Comcast, they just lied to me, man. We signed up. They'd be like, yeah, your bill's $100 a month. I'd be like, okay, great. And then the next month, my bill would be $300. And I'd call them and I'd be like, look, what the heck's going on? You told me it was $100 a month. And they say, oh, well, such and such after the first month, there's an increase or whatever it is. And then they just refuse to cancel it. Until my bill got up to like $500 a month for Comcast, and I just had enough. And so we canceled them and moved to DirecTV. And then DirecTV did the same stuff, man. They did the same stuff. They say, oh yeah, your bill's $75 a month or $125 a month or whatever it is. And then it would increase to $300 or $400, and they would be like, yeah, whatever. And then they did the same thing. So eventually I was just kind of like, screw this. I'm going to go to some of these non-contract based streaming companies like Sling, Fubo, Hulu, and those have been great, man. They're great. They're like $60, $70 a month. There's no contract. They give you the same channels, the same services that DirecTV does or that Comcast did, but there's no contract and it's the same price every month. And so because of that in my own purchasing, because of that in my own life, I think that DirecTV and Comcast are vulnerable long term, because I think that's probably a similar thing that a lot of other people are going to do. Yeah, but Starlink, man. Starlink's going to bring a lot of people there, Chris. And so right now, currently, I have Fubo. And Fubo gives me all the sports I want. The only flaw is that, like, Major League Baseball has a deal, like contracts with DirecTV and Comcast. And so in order to watch your home team, like in order for me to watch the Astros, I can't watch the Astros here. I'd have to sign up for Comcast, which to me at this point, I like baseball, and I've been watching the Angels and the Blue Jays with Vladdy and Bichette and everybody, and so it's fine. But But yeah, that's the only thing about Comcast and Directv. You just don't get the sports but you want. But if you have Hulu or if you have Fubo, football season, I'm able to watch all my teams. I'm able to watch all my teams for football. The only sport that I can't watch like I want to watch it is Major League Baseball, unfortunately. I never heard of that, Tony. I can Google. Yeah. Top stocks. Yeah, DirecTV lost the contract with major NFL and maybe it was the MLB. Yeah. Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Like, if I want to watch the Astros, does anybody else tell me how to get around it? Like, I can't watch the Astros. Yeah, but how do I watch the Astros? Oh, wait, so I can buy the Astros game? It's only $80? Oh, snap. Oh, no, the blackout and other restrictions apply. I'm gonna have to call them to figure it out. Snapchat's still breaking lows. SPY, we're still pretty close to break even with this. Whatever happened to SIGA? SIGA still consolidating over 15. REVB is up to 117s. What's the tech market doing? Here's the Q. What did Twitter end up doing last week? Tech market's holding okay. Green Day all the way around. Twitter's down to 39.20s, but Twitter got all the way up to $40 on Friday, guys. Do y'all think it'll hold these levels? Let me know. Tesla pulling back to 825s right now. Nah, Xbox. Govx. Yeah, Govx up to 120s right now. So Govx is ramping. Yeah, Amazon Prime has baseball, but I can't watch my home team. Same thing with Hulu. Does the MLB have a streaming service where you can watch all games? Yeah, I can't watch the Astros in Houston. Is kind of what it is. But is there a way to watch them? Hey, what's up, Fonz? Yeah, well, LSU games are different. Wonks, I'm not sure about $40 into one stock. No idea, brother. No idea, man. Nobody really does. We're all just kind of guessing anyway, brother. So just research what you think is healthy. $40 is not really enough to trade at all. Wonks, unfortunately, brother. Just not enough. I'm pretty sure we're close to break even in pre-market right now. Yeah, we're down $3, so it's pretty slow. We're watching Govx though. Govx is kind of running up a little bit. SPY up to 297s or 397s. All right, guys. Govx. Yeah, Govx testing 120 highs. SPY still moving up somewhere in Snapchat. I'm going to go ahead and buy some more Snapchat here. Again, we might dollar cost average into a couple hundred shares for Snap over the next few months. Maybe not. I really don't know. Yeah. I mean, that'll be a fun series. The Oakland's just kind of boring. No offense. I mean, they're just not good. Yeah, I don't think the MLB app lets you do it. I've tried buying the MLB app. I ended up paying like 100 and something bucks for the MLB app, and then when I tried to stream the Astros, it still wouldn't let me because of the restrictions. Here, what are you doing? Hi. Hold on. Have you tried? No, I haven't tried that yet, Jay. All right, guys. So yeah, we're still watching everything. SPY is kind of consolidating. It's over 397, which I think is good. Govx is still at 120. He's trying to hold that level. Buyout on Snap. Yeah, the MLB app is one of my favorites. You can watch every game simultaneously except where you live. Right, exactly. But that I can watch every game anyway. Like Amazon Prime gives me every game except for the Astros, unfortunately. And so I'm just trying to figure out how to watch the Astros. Yeah, honestly, one thing that's hurting baseball is the blackout restrictions. Like, it hurts baseball. All right, guys, looking at our poll, bullish or bearish on this week's big earnings with Google, Meta, and Amazon. 52% are bearish, 48% are bullish here. So vote on the poll and let us know. TBLT pop. Yeah, TBLT is kind of a big short squeeze candidate too here. There's TBLT. It's at 730. It's kind of coming back some now too, up to 720s. So let's see if we can get over that $8 previous close area and run. Yeah, Jay Verlander is yeah, been a beast, man. Yeah, so we bought Snap, and Snap might be breaking lows again, but we're still pretty much break even because we bought it around these low levels anyway. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can get it to continue, but yeah, just kind of hanging out waiting. Yeah, how can you become a fan of your home team if they don't let you watch your home team? It's one of the most ridiculous restrictions in all of sports. Like, hey, you know your home team? We're gonna ban you from watching them, bro. Like, what? Like, why would anybody ever do this rule? Like, it's finance related. Comcast and Directv paid them a lot, but it's just one of the most ridiculous things in baseball. It hurts baseball. All right, guys. 750s for TBLT. Starting to slide up here. Again, we're pretty break even. There's just a lot of people are, again, apprehensive regarding the big earnings that are coming up. And so, you know, again, we got the FOMC meeting this week. We've got big earnings reports as well. And so with all of that coming in, it's going to be one of those things where, you know, there's just a lot of apprehension and nervousness leading into the market. People are nervous. They're worried. Who knows if they're going to eventually, you know, have good or bad earnings. And I think people are too scared leading up to this to figure out what they're going to do. And so people are just going to tread lightly, I think, on this front. Got you, Bruce. I'll check it out, man. Google's going up. Snap. Earnings are, today the earnings are already out. And so right now we had a small group of earnings today. It wasn't a big earnings release like the rest of this week. So I think today we had Squarespace, which is SQSP, which was slow. HBT Financial, which I don't even know if it's a stock. TBLT starting to pop up. Yeah, HBT Financial had earnings. Ryanair, Dorman, and RPM, and Newmont. NEM dropped worse than expected results. The big earnings are really going to be tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then even Friday, we've got gas earnings. And so we got P&G, Exxon, Chevron, Charter, Enbridge. And so the biggest day is clearly Wednesday, though, with Meta, QCOM, Boeing in the morning, T-Mobile in the morning, Shopify and Spotify in the morning, Hilton in the morning, but then Qualcomm and Meta in the evening. And then, Thursday's the biggest with Apple and Amazon, Intel, Roku in the evening, Comcast, MasterCard, Shell, Harley Davidson, Merck, Honeywell, all in the morning. So yeah, we got some big numbers this week, guys, and we'll see what we get. Again, we're in Snap. I might just keep dollar cost averaging into it. We're in the SPY as well, but again, it might be a little bit slower leading into all this stuff. Good. Tilray? When are Tilray earnings? Tesla under VWAP now too, so that might influence everything. Snapchat down. We got NEM. Again, Govx is kind of the big MP stock that's moving today. Recently breaking highs. Look at it. It's up to 123s and 124s. So Govx is moving, breaking highs as well. Blossom TBLT. Yeah, TBLT is a short squeeze potential move. Just big movement here. 730s right now. Short squeeze, huge short float. And so we'll see if it continues, of course. But yeah, kind of a big move there for that one too. BTVT up there too. Govx up there as well. So yeah, we're definitely watching TBLT as well. But Govx is kind of breaking highs here. We're in Snap Small. SPY is down to 396.70. So we'll see if that holds. But Govx is still ramping up. Siga. Yeah, I think Siga's just moving up in sympathy with Govx. Siga's still kind of sideways, though. All right, guys. So Snap is dipping down a little bit. All right, guys. So Govx is still consolidating. SPY's starting to push back up. It's at 397s, roughly, a little bit under 397s. And so it's starting to pop up. Good morning, everybody. What's up to Tilly? Yeah, isn't a gamma squeeze options expiring squeeze? Right? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I might be wrong there. I don't know. But I thought a gamma squeeze was options expiring, causing a lot of buys or sells coming in. 402. Hey, 402 might be interesting to watch. I think 400. Again, we kind of talked about our levels on the SPY right now. Highs are up there at 400. I think that's what a lot of people are paying attention to. Lows are down here at 390 or so, where there's a lot of support earlier for 390. So we got that $10 range in the SPY, I think, in my opinion, between 400 and 390. So yeah, we're watching that. Snap didn't snap. No. Snap took a crap. You know, there's a lot of good rhymes to be had. ZY down to 240s. SPY still moving up. We're kind of break even in that trade though. And again, we'll probably dollar cost average in the snap maybe over the next few months. KAVL. 170s. Yeah, for sure. Tilly. Should be fun. What's up, Vanessa? Puts. Yeah, there's options covering on our side. Yeah, that's what I thought. Buy big companies and walk away. Well, if you're buying long term, that's kind of what you do. Is you buy and hold healthy blue chip companies that you think will be around in years. It's kind of the move there, I think. All right, guys. So KVL is still consolidating sideways. We got GOVX right around the highs, trying to break. SPY is still consolidating sideways around the VWAP, so pretty neutral on the SPY itself. All right, so GOVX still trying to break here. Tesla's still trying. What else is moving aside from this? I know we got a lot of people talking about KAVL. VS moved all the way up to 75 cents today, pulling back to the VWAP right around 60 cents. TNXP is moving some, but you know, smaller range. Looks like a larger float there. Phase, Siga's down to 1490, so it looks like my exit there was the right move. Siga's down to 1490, so yeah. Yeah, for sure. T 55 minutes. Yeah, we got 55 minutes. And we got about 54 minutes. But yeah. HKD run. Look at GOVX is still trying to pop. Siga still broke down. HKD, man, look at that. Wow. What happened with this? HKD with a crazy, crazy move here. What happened with this, man? Why did this go like this, man? This is huge move for HKD. This is AMTD Digital. It's every 5. Post-IPO volatility. Okay, so this is a recent IPO. IPO'd back on the 15th of July. So it's just post-IPO volatility. So we'll see $50. Seems like a pretty big psychological level there. We'll see if it actually holds. Here's Tesla. Tesla at 825s, right around VWAP. Here is GOVX breaking highs again. I just tapped over the previous high of the day, which was at around 126. So up to 127s now for GOVX. Just broke highs of the day here. Bitcoin under 22K. So Bitcoin did dump under 22K, unfortunately. All right, guys. So Snap's still breaking down. GOVX pulling back, and the SPY is still dropping some. GOVX is at 120s, guys. 120s. Snap down to 950s. Should I add some more to this? We're gonna go ahead and add 10 shares. Get 60 in there. Could add some more too. I don't know. We're just kind of poking around at it. See if we can kind of get into a longer term position. But you guys know me. I'm a huge trading wimp. Should be a fun day too. We do have Snap down there. Tesla up there. If we look at the SPY itself. Sorry, I forgot to put this back up. If we look at the SPY itself, it's at 396.30s. So SPY started to dump a little bit. That's not good. Luckily, we're only on 10 shares. And yeah, we're not gonna bet too heavy in one specific direction either. So we'll still stay in Snap, but the SPY, we'll cut that and just wait. TQQ back down to pre-highs. Yeah, man, it'll be interesting. See if the SPY bounces up a little bit. Jwx is still trying. Tesla up to 824s, 825s. Big FOMC meeting this week. Tesla under the VWAP now, under 825s, which I think is a pretty big level. Yeah. All right, guys. Jwx is at 119s. Did Siga hold? I'm assuming Siga's kind of following Jwx's kind of turnaround here. So Siga's down to 1480s here. Doesn't look good. VTVT, we got ZY. Again, big news this week is Aapl. We got Amzn. Now 123s. We got Google. We got Amazon. Are y'all buying Amazon or any of these pre-earnings? What earnings release stock are you the most bullish on today, guys? I gotta go with Amazon. I like Amazon long term. It's right around where the split price was. And I just like Amazon long term. I think Amazon is a money-making machine long term, and it'll be fun. Boeing. TBLT. Yeah, TBLT's crazy short squeeze potential. It's back up to 745. 750 is kind of acted as a resistance level. You can see it right here for TBLT. So we'll see if it gets over the previous close at around $8. Disney news over the weekend. Seems like you have been making more money in pre-market than after the open. Oh, that's not true. That's definitely not true. The open's just been sideways here. So I think lately I've just been waiting for the market to clear sideways. Yeah, what about Boeing here? I haven't even been watching Boeing. Again, I don't know enough about Boeing as a company to really bet one side like heavily. It's at 157s, 158s. So yeah, we're watching it. All right, Snap is at 9.59. So again, we're trying to dollar cost average into this, but I think we just gotta kind of chill. Wait, what's up, Vanessa? Netflix, Apple, Disney, Tesla, Amazon, and Nike. Wait, is Nike this week? Man, if Nike's this week, I'm slacking, bro. I should have known. Let me check. When is Nike? Calendar. Okay, so Nike earnings aren't until September, late September. So it's not Nike. Speaking of earnings, that is. Amazon has Rivian on their books, and Rivian is down. I'm expecting bad earnings. Certainly a reasonable argument there. Boeing making airplanes and spaceships, new contracts looking undervalued. I don't know. I mean, if we look at it like a yearly chart, Boeing has bounced back some leading up to this. Like starting in early June, it's been bouncing back some. It was at 113s, 114s in early June. And so Boeing has bounced back pretty big already. And so that might influence like directional there. Teach us what to look for to see which way a ticker may break at the bell. What is beat the pre-market? Will it beat the pre-market high or dump? I mean, what you really want to look for at the opening bell is just VWAP sentiment and highs and low breaks. Those are really going to be what influences a lot of different things here. And so, you know, like we can look at Netflix from Friday as an example here, you know, like look for high breaks, right? So this high break, once these, first of all, you look for an opening range here. And so you look at the first 2 or 3 candles. Here's the first 2 or 3 candles. And then once we actually break that range, a lot of the time what I like to do is look for pullbacks to it like this, right? So you can see we had this rectangular sideways range on Netflix. We broke over it. And then when we pulled back, that high up here, this high right here, held as support. So you can see the high right here. This level held as support. And so you can see when we dip down to it here, we bounce up really nicely. And then we can keep kind of using that trend here. So like there's the range. And then we can look at the bigger trend. One of my favorite kind of opening moves is a red to green move. And so it's when you have this big bullish action, eventually you break under VWAP. And if the VWAP actually starts to hold as resistance like this, that's a pretty bad sign moving into the future, right? So it's like you can see the VWAP held this as resistance. It looked really strong, and then when it broke under the VWAP held it as resistance, and it just kind of continuously broke down for the rest of the day. That's usually a pretty bad sign. So like once we start testing these lows here, I go bearish on my trends. But again, you know, you can look at any stock and kind of see the same type of thing. Gold standard, I think I'd rather my charts be larger, brother. So regarding volume, you know, I'd rather the charts be a little bit larger instead of including that. And there's no way for me to shrink this either. So sorry, brother. I'm waiting on Boeing. BA. Yeah, BA is interesting. What do you think about the latest Sergey Brin Elon Musk news? Do you think it's true or not, guys? Let me know. All right, guys. So SPY starting to break down under 396.50 here. Boeing is up there. We'll see. Let's see how Tesla was affected by all this. So like Tesla had some big news drop over the weekend. There's some big claims that are dropping. Hey, thank you to Tilly. We appreciate you, brother. Every day I swear the polls are 50-50. Honestly, man, it kind of shows the sentiment, bro. It really does. All right, guys. So market's starting to break down some more here. Again, Snapchat is at 960s. We're roughly break even on that front. TBLT is at 730s. Twitter getting, yeah, that's probably what it is. Let me look at the polls right now, though. So vote on the polls. Go ahead. We got 335 votes. Bullish on this week's big earnings. Honestly, it's even more split now. Earlier, it was like 52-48. Now the poll is straight 50-50 split, guys. So, hey, vote on the poll right now. Let your voice be heard on this. And again, the question for today's poll on YouTube was, are you bullish or bearish on this week's big earnings report? Google, Meta, and Amazon earnings. 50-50 split. Let your voice be heard. Let's break that split if you can. Also, guys, vote on our Twitter poll as well. And if you haven't already, give me a follow on Twitter. Again, the poll for Twitter is, are you bullish or bearish on this week's FOMC meeting? So far, 66% are bearish and 34% are bullish on our Twitter poll. And again, give me a follow on Twitter if you have not already. There's the link. Check it out. And yeah, help support your boy here. We appreciate the love and support. Snapchat's still bouncing back a little bit, but let's watch 950s. TBLT, which is a big short squeeze candidate a lot of people are following, is at 730s. SPY breaking down to 396s here. We could also look at Siga, which has kind of been a big talk. It's been breaking down under 15 for the last like 5 or 10 minutes. And then Jwx was another one, which has looked a little bit better than SIGA, but still broke highs and then came all the way back down under the 120 level. So watching a lot of these here, guys. Let me know what you're watching the most. Yeah, FaZe has been moving. The volume's just a little bit too light for me here for FaZe, unfortunately. So like FaZe is moving, but the volume's just kind of light right now. So again, let me know if you guys like FaZe. I don't know enough about it. I don't like the model of the company. I don't like gaming companies a lot of the time. And the reason I don't like gaming companies is because they're too trendy. The trends fluctuate too often, especially in gaming, right? Where like you might have a team that's really, really good at Fortnite, but then, you know, a year later, nobody plays Fortnite anymore. And so all that time invested in energy and marketing that were put into Fortnite teams is just now over with, right? So whenever the business fluctuates that much, I think it's vulnerable long-term for any company. And so that includes FaZe, unfortunately. And I like FaZe gaming. FaZe Banks seems like a good dude, and like I like FaZe as a whole. I think they're the biggest gaming company in the world. But again, I just think it's a little bit too trending for me. I think trends fluctuate too much for me to feel comfortable long-term in any company like that, unfortunately. I don't think daily views matter that much. I think more so purchases matter. People can look at a stock, but it doesn't mean they're going to invest in it, you know? Do you like FaZe as a company, guys? Here's a good question. Do you like FaZe stock long term? Let me know in chat. No, yeah, I don't dislike the company. I just think there's risks. I got my headphones back. Shout out to my mother-in-law. She sent me my headphones back. Why is this wet? What is it on this? There's like some type of crust on this. I'm wearing them anyway. There we go. All right, I got my old headphones back. Let me fix this here. So I got my old headphones back. Let me know if you can hear the music. You should be able to now. But we got my old headphones back. Siga keeping it on the radar. Nintendo or Sega. FaZe is down. You know, we're watching it. SPY still break it down here. We got SIGA. A lot of people are talking about it. Couldn't hold over 15. We got Govx. A lot of people talking about it. TBLT, though, is probably the biggest, like, stock that we've had running in terms of hype over the last few days. Short squeeze potential for TBLT here. Do you think TBLT will break 10 short term, guys? Let me know. Yeah, TBLT up to 750s here. Let's see if it holds. Testing 750s now. I won't be touching phase. Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. Like I said, just too much risk. In terms of long-term investing, I'm just looking at risk, not hype. And I think there's a lot of hyped up companies that are doing really well right now that aren't going to be doing well in 5 or 10 years. And so just holding those long-term because of the hype today just seems like a risky endeavor, and for me personally. Do you think Snap is now cheap enough to buy it up? Is another question. Do you think Snap is now cheap enough to like buy it? Let me know. TBLT trying to break 750s. Yes? You think Snap is cheap enough to buy? Q, despite big earnings, market's going to be positioning Monday and Tuesday for the Wednesday Fed rate. That's what I said earlier. I think a lot of the market's going to be apprehensive leading up into the Fed meeting on Wednesday, plus all the big earnings that are coming out. You know, Monday and Tuesday, we have some big earnings that are dropping, but the real big numbers are coming out Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday is the biggest with Amazon and Google. Thursday is the biggest with Amazon and Google. Wednesday is big because we got Meta, QCOM, and a few other ones as well. So we got a big earnings week, a big fundamental data release week with the FOMC meeting. And so that'll be an interesting week. And we'll see. Maybe Snap will bottom out at 825s. Yeah, I mean, possibly. Again, I tend to think long-term Snap is cheap here, but I might be wrong. And let me know what you guys think. So Feds, what are they expecting? A 75 basis point rate hike this week for the FOMC meeting, isn't it? 75 basis points is what they're expecting. So with that, we'll see what we get. But aren't they expecting 75 basis points? All right, TBLT is at 750s right now. Tesla at 825s. We got SPY back up to 396.50s. Fed expected to raise rates to 75 basis points. Yeah, that's what I thought. Snap $5. Ooh, I don't know about $5. Maybe. I don't know. Could be. You know. What about housing? Again, Bitcoin under 22K. All right, guys. So Snap's bouncing back up a little bit. Tesla back up to 825s here. We still have TBLT testing these levels. Again, SIGA went all the way up to 1550 for one candle and then all the way back down to 1450s. We have Jwx that's back up to 117s. If we're looking at like Nflx or what was the other big one? Snap, obviously, we're watching. KABL had a catalyst and then came back down, so it's not really doing that much. REVB is another one. Here's the Q. Q is at 302.75s. So we're looking at that also. TNXP making moves too. Snacks, CMRX. AKTX is at 110, so we're looking at that also. I guess the real question is, does Snap have long-term? If you believe so, then it's cheap. Yeah, for sure. Housing numbers tomorrow as well. Yeah, so 75 basis points. They need to go to a 1 and get it going. Fed expected to raise. Yep. We'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun to watch, you know. $75 will be the number. However, that will already be priced in when they announce it. Yeah, for sure. With Amazon down around 120, if they have good earnings, could see some really good movement as well. Yeah, some people are speculating that because Amazon is still holding under Rivian position, that's going to negatively impact their earnings release. And I can't say I disagree. I mean, I think it could. I don't know. Core inflation is too high. Nearly 6 out of 10 U.S. workers are concerned their paycheck is not enough to support them. Yeah, well, inflation is certainly way too high. Even if you're making good money, like I make very good money and I have like a decent amount of savings, but like I don't like the inflation being as high as it is. You know, the inflation's way too high right now. Everything's just so expensive. You go to the grocery store, it's like $400 or $500 a trip now. You know, what it used to be like two. You know what I mean? And so pricing is just way outside the norm. And gas prices are high. Contractors are expensive right now. Like, you know, our refrigerator broke and that was high. REV, but yeah, TBLT is kind of the one right now. TBLT is kind of the one. It's at 750s. Yeah, so the housing numbers come out. All right, guys, we got less than 30 minutes here. We got about 29 minutes until the opening bell. Hope you guys have a good weekend. TBLT just broke over 750s. But yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, so today we got the Chicago Fed National Activity Index dropping at 12:30. At 2:30, we got the the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Business Index. Tomorrow we got the Housing Price Index, so HPI tomorrow, which will be interesting. We have the Case-Shiller Home Prices Index tomorrow as well. Consumer confidence, new home sales. Most of the stuff is dropping at 1 p.m. is when the housing price index drops. All the other home sales, new home sales, are dropping at 2 p.m. Eastern. And so, yeah, it'll be an interesting week this week for sure. Snap is down to 960s. Again, we're still holding 60 shares or so. Pretty small position. Tesla trying to pop back up. SPY green on the day, but still kind of sideways, especially over the last like 30, 40 minutes. TBLT just broke over that 750 level, though, so that might be interesting. So yeah, so again, are y'all buying up stuff right now? Logitech earnings. Yeah, Logitech's it's big earnings, but it's not that big. So like Logitech is big earnings, but it's not that big, you know. So it's not something that we're going to cover here on this channel, unfortunately. There's just no point in it. You know, I'll put it this way: if you look at Logitech earnings, they have a YouTube channel for Logitech earnings. It only has 325 subscribers, you know. So it's just, you know, while Logitech earnings might be interesting, in the end, it's not big enough to really hold too much sway over the market. The real big ones are coming later in the week. All right, guys. So yeah, so Snap is at 66. Again, we got about 25 minutes. 25 minutes. Corsair. Hey, baby. Sorry. All right. John, what were the Infosys numbers? I don't know. What's the symbol? I don't know enough about that. All right, so INFY. Snapchat breaking lows. TBLT up to 780s. So yeah, Infosys dropped first quarter EPS of 16-cent profit, missed the 18-cent profit estimate. Revenue of 4.44 billion, beat the 4.37 billion estimate. So mixed results for INFY. Again, just mixed results. Nothing really going on. It's just not a large enough company for me to really be paying attention to. We'll watch it, but you know, Phase is up. Again, Govx, Siga. Look at TBLT though, man. TBLT is kind of the one right now. TBLT is up to 780s. When did Corsair drop their numbers for guidance? We've covered Corsair before. CRSR. They dropped recently. Thursday last week. Okay, so CRSR. They're looking all right. TBLT still pumping up. Snap breaking lows again. Again, might be time to add that other little 15 share position that I'm looking for. And again, there we go. We're in 75 shares of Snap. I think we're cheap right here, but we'll wait. TBLT pumping up. Tesla still at 824.50s. Of course, it was last week. Got you. Would Jwx be a good investment for a short squeeze today? I really don't know. AD. I really have no idea. I think Jwx is a MPOX stock that is moving up from the WHO announcement. And so with that for Jwx, you know, in terms of short squeeze potential, it is not. Let me see. I don't think it's a super highly shorted stock. Let me see. I'm trying to see what the float is for this one. Give me 1 second. All right, so they don't even have that. Let me check float checker. All right, so Govx has like 6% short float. And so while, you know, it's got some in there, it's not like a crazy high short squeeze candidate. I think TBLT has a higher short float for sure. And it's moving up more volatilely than Govx, but again, I really don't know. So I'm not telling you to buy anything. No idea what Govx will do. All right, so TBLT just dumped down. Wow, look at this drop. Offering. So this is almost certainly an offering announcement for TBLT. So TBLT just pulled the same thing. Wow. Hey, this is almost certainly an offering. I can look at it and tell. So this is something that sleazy companies do, guys. Yep, 20 million private placement priced at a premium. This is what sleazy companies do. All right, they pump the price of their stock up, and then they sell shares when they're this hot. So what they do is, in order for a company that's not really profitable in business outside of, you know, selling shares, they pump the price of their stock up. They get a lot of people interested in it. And again, I mean, in terms of short float, it's very high. I think the short float is going to be even higher, but definitely risky. There's a reason, like, if you look at me, I'm not buying TBLT, you know, but yeah, so they pump the price of their stock up, and then they announce an offering and just crash the price of the stock and then profit from it by selling shares when the price is at the highest. So, yep. I mean, this is kind of how it goes. It's one of the reasons you don't see me trading penny stocks a huge bit here on this channel. Is because, frankly, there's too much sleazy activity just like this. You know, everybody that bought this thing over the last few days is now PO'd. And yeah, it's unfortunate. Down to 570s right now. 570s. Again, 20 million private placement offering, price at premium to market under NASDAQ rules. And so here's the catalyst for that. Yep, this is the risk of holding penny stocks. You know, especially, again, one of the things I always talk about is holding penny stocks for longer than like a few hours. This is the risk because, again, you might believe in a stock. You might say, oh, this thing is going to go crazy. And then the company drops an offering on you like this. Again, it's one of the reasons I've kind of gravitated away from penny stocks lately. Buy the dip. Ooh, that's a pretty big dip to buy into, bro. Yeah, I don't know. RAVB? Yeah, Snap's still dipping too. Look at REVB. REV pumping over VWAP now. It's at 140s. Yeah, Bruce. Hope you didn't lose too much there, brother. You know, it's a big drop. This thing is just dropped. All right, so just to put this in perspective, TBLT. Let's see. What is this thing dropped? It dropped over $2 a share. So it just dropped over 25%. So over 25% lost on TBLT here, guys. So TBLT just dropped over 25%. Again, just to put this into perspective, like, and I understand why a lot of new traders want to buy penny stocks. I really do. Like, I understand, like, listen, you got $1,000 account or a $2,000 account. You know, you might want to buy penny stocks because you think that you have to. You could buy a small amount of shares in any other large cap. You could buy a small amount of shares in Amazon or Tesla or Twitter or whatever it is, right? You can buy a small amount of shares there, and you're going to get the same type of volatile movement. And a lot of the time, if you can wait, then you're going to get buying up penny stocks. Penny stocks. There's just, penny stocks are very risky. Holding them, I'll day trade a penny stock, but I'm never going to be holding a penny stock overnight. Most of the time, at least. Not always, I guess. I should never say never, but there's a reason penny stocks fail. It's because they're terrible companies. And when you got a terrible company, most of the time you got to be unreasonable. You got to make it sound like Amazon. And yeah, it could come back up, but all right, so 575s here holding for this, man. Kind of crazy. Thoughts on VS QQQ, anyone? Yeah. Yeah, Snapchat. I'm holding Snap. Hey, but we caught the bounce, though, here, so we're actually break even on Snap, so you'll have to see it. We'll see if it holds, though, which is a big if. Down or up on the Q? I don't know, Emmanuel. I think tech is going to be falling short term, at least. Here's Q. So yeah, tech is falling short term. Let's watch the $300 level. The previous closing price for the Q was right around 302, almost exactly at 302. I was thinking about scalp at TBLT. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, the problem with penny stocks, right? And here's the big problem, guys. And if I can discourage something, the problem with penny stocks is because, like, listen, you lose, and I'm going to say this now because it's important for people to understand. And maybe, number one, I'm going to preface this with, like, look, I don't know. I don't know what any stock is going to do. All right, but the problem with penny stocks is that, you know, you buy Meta or Facebook or Amazon or Tesla, right? And they drop, you know, and you bag hold Amazon, Facebook, Meta, Tesla, whatever you want to think, whatever large cap you want to put in this place, right? You bag hold that, right? Meaning, like, there's a big drop and you don't exit, you instead wait, which is called bag holding. You know, there's a solid chance that it's going to eventually come back to where it was. You know, as a large cap, healthy, long-term company, there's a decent chance. Maybe it's not incredibly, you know, huge, but like, there's a good chance that Amazon will eventually get back to where it was when you lost, whenever it had the big drop. Penny stocks is less likely. You know, penny stocks, I'm not saying they'll never come back. Maybe TBLT could come back to over 8. I really don't know. But the likelihood of that happening in a penny stock is noticeably lower than the likelihood of that happening in a large cap company. You know, Amazon will probably be back to where it was once before. You know, ABC penny stock, very small chance that they're going to get back up to pre-pump levels. And so what happens is, like, people bag hold these penny stocks. They refuse to cut them. They refuse to exit. You know, we can look at, like, Redbox is the best example of this, I think. Redbox. And again, I say this and people hate me for it because it's the truth. And if you hate me for saying this, again, it's probably because it's a little bit too truthful. And sometimes it's easier to live in like a, you know, in a world of make-believe than it is to look at things objectively. And I'm not targeting anybody specific. This is just how I truly feel. The problem with penny stocks is like you bag hold these, right? People that bought Redbox at 10, 15, 20 bucks or around 20 bucks, the likelihood that Redbox is going to come back up to these levels short term is very low, very low. Maybe it does. It could squeeze up, but it's far lower than its large cap counterpart. And so you just got to be objective about these. And the big thing is if you're trading penny stocks, you know, you got to learn to cut losses. I'm not telling you to cut losses with anything. I'm not telling you to do anything. I really don't know what any of these we're going to do. Maybe TBLT gets back up to 8. Maybe Redbox gets back up to 18. It's possible. But the likelihood is far lower in penny stocks and small cap penny stocks than it is in large caps. You know, most of the time with a large cap is like if you can wait long enough, it'll probably come back to where it was eventually. Might be 2-3 years, but eventually it'll come back. With a penny stock, it's less certain. And with the penny stock, a lot of the time what happens is that they'll drop below $1. They'll get delisted. They'll go to pink sheets and you'll never see them again. You know, you'll lose all the money. And so when you bag hold a large cap, you know, chances are you'll probably be okay long term. You know, when you bag hold a penny stock, less likely that you're going to be okay long term. And so again, look at it objectively and see it for what it is. Hey, what's up, Cal? Market's looking interesting. SPY is dipping down to 396s. Q is down to 302s. We're holding a little piece of snap. I'm pretty close to break even here. Just kind of letting this ride. Trying to hold it long term. We'll see if I actually do or not. Who knows if I will. Yeah, TBLT private placement. Yeah, so we'll see what we get, guys. Again, let me know what you guys are watching. TBLT back down to 580s. Here's Tesla. Tesla up to 823s, 824s. Ooh. And it could come back. I mean, listen, if it's going to come back, it'll come back today. If it doesn't come back today or tomorrow, then it's probably not going to come back, in my opinion, for TBLT. But I might be just flat out wrong. But I think in terms of probabilities, you know, again, if you got stuck in this $8 drop, just be careful, man. Just be careful. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I really don't know what this one does. Just be careful, you know. Bag holding penny stocks is usually a very losing endeavor long term, you know. Tesla down there. Snapchat's starting to come back a little bit here. We're pretty close to break even. SPY, let's see if it bounces at 396. It could Q pull it back to the previous closing price, which I believe on the Q is at 302 exactly, at 301.99 to be exact. So KAVL was moving up a little bit here. We also saw VS. VS is kind of dipping under VWAP here. Some Impact stock like Siga and Govx have been moving also. Bouncing off VWAP currently, and we'll see if they actually hold. But as always, guys, you're not an investment professional, not liable if you lose. Always make your own assessment, trade responsibly. This week will be a fun week with Amazon, with Meta. Is Meta extended on the downside, guys? It's down to 168.60s. Do you consider this extended on the downside? What about the penny stocks in the market that have more cash than their market cap? Well, I mean, I know what they say. Yeah, you know how it goes, man. I know what some of these companies say. And again, you guys really got to understand. You guys really got to understand that, like, companies are gonna, these penny stocks have to have really good marketing, so they'll make you think that they're the next Amazon, and they'll twist their numbers to try to kind of make it sound like they are just the most successful company in the world, that they're the next Amazon, and that you should just spend all your money on them. Most of that is just good marketing. All right, and penny stocks have to have good marketing because they're not known, and so they have to kind of Think late night infomercial type marketing. But what that does is that gets a lot of people to invest a lot of money into these sleazy, crappy companies that are going to fail long term because of the marketing so good. So y'all just be careful. Stop loss always, yeah. If it runs, yay, whole lot of money. Well, I don't mind day trading these stocks, man. Listen, y'all day trade them. I can't knock you for day trading them. I would just be very careful holding a lot of these penny stocks, you know, anything over than like 24 hours. Again, though, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some of these rip. I really don't know. Just be careful, guys. All right, guys, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Again, it might be a quieter day today leading into the big earnings next week or this week. So it might be a quieter day leading into the big earnings. Where's GameStop at? GameStop at $35 a share. We're going to get some bad earnings this week to get some discounted buys on large caps. I hope so, Cal. I might be buying up some of them. It depends, though, bro. It depends, man. It really does. So it depends on which stock drops big. You know, like I said, I'm currently in Snap Small with like a little bitty trade. Green on this one now, which is nice. But yeah, it'll be fun. Okay, so wait, just let me get this straight, Bruce. Just real quick, man. I just got to ask you this. You said you had $3 calls from where, bro? TBLT doesn't have any call options, dude. TBLT has no options, at least on TD Ameritrade and Webull. I'm pretty sure, at least. Yeah, it's a low float penny stock, so most of the time they don't have options available for those. Hey, thanks, Spac, my man. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Hey, we got 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Again, might be a slower day. The market might be sideways as well leading into this because of kind of what's going on. All right, guys. Let's do this. It should be a fun day. We're actually green on our snap trade. So we are actually green on our snap trade. We got 8 minutes until the market opens. Now, what I said I had $3 and some. I had 10K shares and $3 in calls cashed. Right, but how would you have call options on TBLT, brother? Anyways, Snap is up to 970s. Siga tape printed 1350s for 1 minute straight. All right, guys. Hey, we got 7 minutes, 7 minutes. AMC down to 1550s here. Let's see if it actually holds those levels. Bitcoin bouncing back up to almost 21K. Or back almost up to 22K. Almost. Bitcoin currently sitting at about 21.97. 21.97. Bouncing back up. Went all the way down to 21.84 thousand. Almost back up to 22. See if it holds. I'm back holding 2 penny stocks from 2020, NNDM and SNDL. They both have like $1 billion in cash. We'll see. Yeah, but one of the reasons they do that, Adam, is because they've diluted their float so long. Like SNDL has diluted their company so much. It has billions in the float. And so, you know what I mean? if they're making their cash from selling shares and diluting the price of the stock, then it's not good long term for the company as a whole. What else we got, guys? Who's Damon? Might be missing. I might have to scroll up to see it. All right, guys. We got 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Good luck. Oh, Damon John was in an interview. Okay. Are you talking about the guy? Is that the guy from Shark Tank? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay, gotcha. He's the founder of Fubo, right? Or Fubu, right? If I remember correctly. Smart dude. Snap is up there to 970s, guys. So my Snap trade looks to be going okay. Again, I'm going to try to hold this, guys. I'm going to try to hold this position in Snap. But we are green right now. Yeah. Sorry, I actually just saw the chat pawn. But yeah, dude from Shark Tank. Hey. Yeah, we're holding Snap. All right, guys. So we're in Snap with our 75 shares that we've been buying up all morning. You love to see it. We'll see if it continues. I'll be right back, guys. I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So Tesla is still dipping down a little bit. Tesla is down to 819s, man. I wonder how that's going to impact everything. Yeah, offering. Natural gas up 56% this month, on track for the best month since September of 09. Hey, what's up, Justin? REV be going nuclear, but it's penny pump garbage. Yeah. Yep. You know how they do, bro. All right, guys. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. SPY is going red on the day now. I'm going to take a little piece, 25 shares off of Snap as my position here. I'm going to take 25 shares off of Snap just to lock in something to where I can be a little bit more patient on the run up. And so, yeah, we got less than 2 minutes, guys. Less than 2 minutes. We got about a minute and a half left. All right, guys, here we go. Good luck. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. We got Snap at 980s. Tesla dipping all the way down to red on the day. And the SPY is crashing down a little bit too pre-bell at 396s right now as we speak. Right around 396s. TBLT is at 6. Less than a minute, guys. Less than a minute. Good luck. What's up, DS? Hey, yes, sir. Luck today, team. Like I said, kind of a slower day leading into the opening bell with all the big stuff going on. in terms of earnings reports and stuff this week with the FOMC meeting as well. And so good luck, guys. Here's the opening bell pretty soon. Here it is. Good luck, team. Ding, ding, ding. There's the opening bell. We got Tesla down at 816s right at the opening bell. We got the SPY itself is at 395s. We're opening up pretty extended below VWAP, so I wouldn't be surprised to see at least a short-term bounce back up to at least tap the VWAP area. So we'll see. Maybe not, though. You never really know. TBLT all the way down at 580s. Looking pretty weak. Tesla still dropping pretty quickly here. Look at Tesla down to 814s on this drop. 814s for Tesla here. So pretty substantial moves down on Tesla leading into the opening bell. SPY is at 395s. And so kind of a correction right before the open for a lot of these stocks here, specifically Tesla all the way down to 813s. Did something else happen with Tesla that I don't know about? Some type of fundamental catalyst influencing this? Let's take a look. Tesla dropping pretty big. I don't see any new news for Tesla aside from the Sergey news. But yeah, SPY dipping here. AMC down 2. Again, SPY is sideways. TBLT is down. We got other ones to watch at the open, or SIGA, which is down big too. Gvx hasn't really done much. We got Aapl. Amazon earnings are this week also. Apple is popping up. So is Amazon. So Amazon earnings are moving up. Or Amazon stock is moving up today. We're going to see how this impacts everything else. Again, we're going to let the range play out first here. If we're watching like the Q is down to 302s, kind of battling green on the day, trying to stay green at least. AMC dipping down pretty heavily. SPY dropping also. Amazon with some big up wicks and down wicks. And so y'all just be careful. Again, we're not going to push too heavily right now. We're going to kind of wait and see what we get today. Hey, I'll get back. REVB. Yeah. All right, Amazon back up there. So is Snap. Q is starting to look greener as well. REVB is starting to fly up here, guys. If we're looking at penny plays, REVB is moving up. And look at Snap. Snap's still making a roll up here. So again, we're going to try to hold this one for a few days at least. Hopefully, we can hold it for a little bit longer because I think we're primed for a big bounce back here. Unless we get like really green action at the opening bell, then we'll probably take a little bit more off. But try to be patient here. Look at Tesla go all the way back to green on the day here. Tesla back over the previous closing price. It's currently running right into the VWAP here, the volume weighted average price. REVB is just flying up though. At 171s. Q going green on the day as well. TBLT coming back, Govx, REVB. REVB is moving nicely. My Snap trade is going really well right now. SPY is redder on the day than the Q or anything else, really. Not sure why the SPY is down. Is something else dropping the SPY like that we don't know about? What about Apple is up? Microsoft is sideways. Google is up pretty big. What else is dropping this, man? Why is the SPY dropping like this? What's dropping it? Does anybody know? Is it oil? ExxonMobil is down, so it could be oil related. All right, guys. Everything trying to move. Snap is trying to move as well. Tesla is up there also. SPY is just breaking down though. So we haven't really traded much yet since the opening bell. Kind of waiting. Q is sideways still. ExxonMobil, it looks like oil is getting affected the most by this. But man, oil is just dumping down here. And big drop for ExxonMobil. Q looks like it's turning. We're currently shorting the Q. See if we can catch a firmer breakdown here. Maybe gonna add some more to it on a break. Again, Exxon Mobil is kind of what's dragging the Q down, it looks like. Gonna let things play out. There's a drop now in Exxon. Okay. There we go. Covering a little piece, riding the Q down as it breaks on these lows. There we go. Nice. All right, so made a little $7 there. REBB breaking highs. This is going to drag every large cap down with it. ExxonMobil bouncing a little bit now. All right, so we're actually shorting ExxonMobil and oil as it drops. Got a nice little upwick here. That might be indicative of weakness coming through too. There we go, 35. We'll go ahead and cover really quick into that. $15 of the Exxon. Kind of shorting some of these breakdowns here in oil. 15 shares left. All right, we'll go ahead and add that. We got 30 shares now. There we go. Snap's still doing okay. Tesla popping up a little bit here. Should we short into this pop or no? What do you guys think? Q breaking lows, man. Redbox is starting to pump back up. It looks like Redbox is now halted, guys. Here's Redbox. So Redbox halted at 8:35, so it'll resume it at 9:40. I mean, so Redbox is now halted. All right, adding it back and then covering again in Exxon. SPY still breaking down though. Looks like we're gonna get out break even on this trade, or maybe slightly down for Exxon. There's 45s. Green in the trade. Shorted right at the top of this. What do we get? We need one more share to make it 25 share increments. There we go. Now we're in 50. All right, Tesla breaking back down again. Waiting for flushes. Snapchat is pretty sideways. I'm trying to give this time to work, but you know, the longer it sits here, the more we're likely to cut it. Okay, that's better. See if we flush down here for Exxon. That's what it looks like is going to happen. Q breaking lows again. I wonder if this is going to drag the market down. Look at the Q breaking lows here. Q still looking weak. Tesla breaking lows too. Trying to give this time, but going to cut it pretty soon, most likely. All right, we got about 2 minutes until the Redbox resumption here. Yeah, we'll cut this and just wait now for Exxon. Starting to rip up too much. Here's the Q breaking down. Q still breaking lows. SPY still breaking down too. Tesla breaking down as well. Snapchat, we're actually still pretty green in this. All right, so we got to be careful because oil might be rebounding some finally. Maybe we could short some more into a pop here if it sets up well enough. How are you guys doing today? Green or red? Let me see. Somebody stuck? Oh. Nice green, red. Go buy Redbox. I don't care. Oh. I don't think it matters too much either way. I mean, let people buy what they want as long as they're being smart. I mean, Redbox isn't a fundamental play, so I mean, it doesn't matter if people are buying it or not. Redbox is a squeeze play. All right, I'm seeing some bounce backs, specifically at ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil looks like a red to green move. Q bouncing back a little bit as well. My snap trade's doing lovely here. Again, I'm trying to hold it as long as I can, but I got a very strong urge to take profit some in snap. Scalping Exxon again, which is nice. Q bouncing back a little bit. I might short into the Q short term. No pun intended, or I guess pun intended there. All right, we're in 25 shares short of the Q. Man, look at Redbox has resumed. It's back up to 403s, 402s here. So Redbox is making a pump. Huge move for Redbox. There's fours. 415s. All right, we're at 50 shares short of the Q. Kind of a risky position, though. Man, Snapchat's looking lovely here. All right, we went ahead and took another little piece of Snapchat off. We're still holding 30 shares. I mean, when we're this right short term on Snap, though, I mean, we got to take some of that off. We'd be crazy not to take profit into a huge pump like this. All right, we're shorting the Q. But, man, look at Snap. We're edging up into the VWAP and up to this 302 level, so I don't really want to hold too long here for Snap. Man, look at Redbox up to 440s. All right, so I'm probably going to get... look, we got our squeeze level here at 302s, and we're just going to cut it if it can't hold that. We're in 50 shares of the Q now. Redbox with the pullback here. Tesla's starting to creep back up, too. I wonder how much this is influencing everything else, I guess. It's taking too long here, so we're just going to cut this and come back to it. Only down about 18 bucks on the Q today, but more choppy action leading into last week's choppy action. And so we'll wait and see if we get some influx of momentum. We're break even on the day. Big range, though. Low volatility market. All right, Redbox all the way down to 4 again. Let's see if 4 is a bounce level. 4 might be. All right, we're currently in ExxonMobil. Small little baby trade, though. And so, kind of making a little bit on Exxon here. Redbox back up to 420. Look at this move for Redbox here, man. 420s. It's trying. Snapchat finally dipping down some. Redbox still pumping up to 420s. Q is trying to hold this level here. I think I'm just going to wait. Oil is starting to rebound some. So oil with Exxon starting to rebound some, and I'm going to wait to see what oil does because that's going to impact the rest of the market. Q, SPY both starting to go green again. So Q is back over the previous closing price, and so we're going to wait and see how that handles it. We'll go ahead and add a little bit into this dip for Exxon here. We're in 20 shares. We'll even add another 5 to make it a 25 full position. There we go. There we go. We'll cover a little piece of it. All right, so the Q just broke down under VWAP here. Under VWAP, under the previous closing price for the Q. That's a pretty weak sign. Exxon's still pumping up. Let me put this up here. White Barks at the break 10 again this week. Hey, good luck, man. I hope it does for you. All right, so we're actually making some money back shorting the Q again. We got 10 shares left. Cover a little bit here. We're also, guys, going to put it into sub-only mode. So, you know, we're going to put it into sub-only mode. And so stick around if you haven't already. Remember, guys, everything we do here is free. And so we don't sell anything. We don't charge for anything. Everything we put out there is free. And so if you want to help support your boy here, hit the subscribe button. Subscribers of any time can now participate in chat. And so, hey, hit the subscribe button. Redbox breaking highs is at 440s, guys, 440s. Q, we're in 20 shares here. Kind of break even on the trade now after this big bounce back, but kind of a sideways activity for the market today. There's 25 shares, so we'll just kind of sit in this. Yeah, it's kind of how it goes, Ghost. Just kind of sideways activity, brother, you know. All right, so we just covered a little bit more in the Q, kind of riding this up. Redbox is ramping up. It's up to 460s. Starting to drop some more. Redbox is still pumping up, surging up like crazy. Announce that you're subscribed, guys. If you are subscribed, announce it here, guys. We certainly appreciate the love and support. Show us you're a supportive member here. Redbox still breaking up to 460s. We're still in Snap. That was one of my favorite trades of the day. We might add a little bit more to this now, too. We're going to short a little bit more into the Q. Anticipate a larger breakdown, maybe, if we can. There we go. Starting to break a little bit more. We'll cover a little bit more of that. All right. We'll add it right back on this little pop for the Q. There's 20 shares. 30 shares. We'll get 40 or 50 in now. Take a little bit of a swing. First big swing of the day. There's 50 shares now for the Q. See if we flush down and break down here. All right, kind of hanging out, guys. Let's see what we get. Redbox is still up there. Q trying to break down. Again, we're in 50 shares of the Q now. First reasonably sized position today, and we'll start to add more to it if we get something that shows up well. There we go. We're going to take profit off there. Riding the potential Q breakdown. We'll take another piece off. 10 shares left. Green on the day now. We'd love to see it. All right, so we're actually green on the Q again today. We'll add some right back on a pop. Riding this downward trend. We might actually go with the SPY this trade. We're going to go with shorting the SPY now. 10 shares, 20 shares. See if we get a quick little flush. Redbox still pumping up. It's at 480s, guys. Man, look at Redbox pump here, guys. Redbox at 490s. ExxonMobil starting to flush down now, too. A little small position for SPY here. See if we can flush a breakdown or get a flush breakdown. Redbox testing 5s here. $5 is going to be a big level. Small trade. We'll cut this pretty quickly here on the SPY. I actually like the trade, but the previous closing price being right underneath this is something I don't like there. So Snapchat's still holding pretty well in the trade. We've already scaled out of most of it. Yeah, we'll cut that. So Snapchat's still holding pretty well. You can see it there. What else we got? We got Govx moving today. Look at Govx at 120s. Here's the Q. There's a SPY. I kind of like the Q trade, but we're watching ExxonMobil to see how that reacts. Redbox is over 5s now. All right, so we just made some on the Q short. SPY looks a little bit worse than the Q, I would say. Snap's pumping up. ExxonMobil trying to come up too. Which one? Blue Sky. Redbox? Yeah, I mean, Redbox always has short potential. But again, I mean, like I said, it might pump up some, and I hope it does. You know, but there's risk, and so I'm not messing with it. And it might go up big, but I think the risk outweighs the reward in that situation, for me personally. But again, let me know what you guys like. Yeah, there's 504s. Yeah, looks good. Redbox, high volume, high short float. SPY trying. Tesla's still down. I think a lot of the market's following Tesla at this point too. All right, we're shorting the, what is this? We're shorting the Q again. 10 shares. So we can break down again under 301 maybe, I think is the big level. All right, we'll cut it there. ExxonMobil still looks okay. We're up a small amount on the day. Hey, what's up, James? Yeah, man, everything's good, brother. Everything's good, dude. Hope you're doing well. Hey, nice, man. Yeah, man, I hope you're doing good, James. Hope the kid's doing well, bro. Sounds like it is. So happy for you, man. Yeah. TBLT bouncing at 550 some now. The broader market's starting to break down, though. If you're watching Redbox and you want to know when it'll resume, it'll probably resume at like 55. It'll probably resume at 55. So that's in about 2 minutes. Q in the broader market's starting to break down here. We are nicely green on the day, though, so we got a little bit of cushion and room. SPY doing okay too. Govx is starting to creep up there too. I think a lot of the market depends on what Tesla's been doing. Market bounced all the way back from the big drop that I just made. So completely retraced the big drop here. So again, choppy sideways day so far, guys. Y'all just be careful. Yeah, completely retracement from big drops. So we kind of just got to chill and wait here and see what happens. I think oil is going to influence a lot of the market right now too. Like ExxonMobil has been moving heavily. So I think oil has been influencing a lot of it. Snap's still pumping up over 10, so that looks good. Nice. All right, we're currently shorting the Q. Got it backed up some. 10 shares. It's time to bounce. We'll short it a little bit more. Again, depends on what Exxon does. Yeah. Here, you need me to mute it?
There was a package that was delivered Friday here. Did you get that?
I don't know. Maybe look in the. Hold on. I don't know. I'll have to help you find it afterwards.
I hope it didn't get taken or something.
Probably not. It's probably here somewhere.
I mean, did you put it in the closet?
It might be.
Is there anything in the closet that I can't open still?
No. Yeah, but it depends on what the sell-off is, though, Bruce. You know what I mean? Most of the time when the catalyst is an offering, that's a bad negative sign for company fundamentals. You know, whenever it's an offering like that, a private placement offering, then it's a pretty bad sign for fundamentals. It means the company's not making enough outside of selling shares in order to not need to dilute their shares, right? So when a company has to dilute themselves, it's usually a pretty rough sign long-term. Short term, you might get an initial pop back, but, you know, it's just kind of a risky thing long term. Market's complete sideways again, as we've been, man, like every day for the last like few weeks. So market might be going green on the day. Tesla just ripped up, so that might be a good sign. Redbox is back. All right, so we got a small green day in our hands today, guys. Small green day. Market is completely chop, as we kind of expected here. If you want to help support the channel, though, guys, hit that subscribe button. We are in sub-only mode, and so we are in subscribe-only mode, team, if you haven't noticed yet. And so to support the channel, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And so if you haven't already, hit that sub button, hit the notification bell. We certainly appreciate you all. And yeah, let's keep growing, guys. Let's keep moving here. Another reason to help support the channel, guys, is check out TopStep. TopStep is a funded account program for futures. And so you get 20% off just for using my link. And it's a company that's regulated and located in the U.S. They pay out millions every year. They fund thousands of traders a year. The futures market helps you get around the PDT rule. If you look at this right side, you can trade this right side here with no PDT rule, and it does the same thing as this. You can see this is the same as that. And you can trade this right side here with no PDT rule in the futures market. And TopStep funds traders in those markets. And so they give you a demo. If you can hit their target on that demo while following their rules and conditions, then they'll fund you between 50 up to over 100K with an 80% split. And this is a company that's regulated and located in the U.S. By the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They pay out millions every year. They fund thousands of traders a year. And again, they'll give you a demo. If you can hit their target while following their rules, they'll fund you with a 90% split. TopStep also recently added a 90% split option. And so if you get funded, if you can pass their testing and get funded, and you make 100K or 10K net, you get to keep 9,000 out of that 10K. They get to keep 1,000 since they're funding you that money. And again, you get 20% off. Here's the link if you want to check it out. Great way to help support the channel. All right, so we're in the queue right now. And again, the futures market is essentially the same thing that I'm doing here. So, you know, it kind of, they're pretty much the same thing. Like you can trade commodities in futures, sure. But like in the futures market, you can day trade short, no PDT roll instant settlement. We're going to go ahead and close this. So nice little green trade here. Yeah, Redbox trying to break over 15. Q started to break down here. We'll see what we get. Kind of hanging out, waiting. Yeah, what's up, SPAC? Everything good? Yeah, man, everything's good, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. Why do you think something's not good? Yeah, everything's great for me, at least. Do not drink the $100 juice on Redbox. Hey, good luck. Redbox breaking highs at 510s. There's 506. I mean, here's the thing, right? Short squeeze potential is there for Redbox. Like, regardless of what you feel about Redbox as a company, short squeeze potential is there, clearly. Highly shorted stock, you know, and so it's like short term, there might be some volatility. Long term, it's a horrible company, obviously. There's just no business model for them right now. But short term, maybe we'll get some squeezes. Maybe we don't. I really don't know. I'm not gambling on it myself, but I mean, I think a lot of traders are, and good luck. It's crazy you can't hold trade past a minute. I mean, that's kind of... Oh, you must be talking about choppiness in the market. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're scalping. But yeah, choppiness, man, is there. We just got some big stuff being released later this week. So just kind of in general market activity, if it's a week where we got some big data being released later on, then it's usually going to be a sideways week leading up to that, you know. So if it's a week where we've got like big data coming out, then usually, there we go. We just made a little bit on the queue. Then usually it's going to be a sideways day leading up to that because people are nervous and apprehensive regarding what's coming out. You know what I mean? So it's like people are scared of how the earnings in this week, the FOMC meeting is going to impact the market. And so with that, they're just less likely to take sizable positions, and that creates these choppy markets. But we're green today, actually. We're very small green, but we're green nonetheless. Had a great call on Snapchat earlier where we bought the 950 level, and that thing is kind of riding up. Big downwick on Tesla. We'll see if it pops up the market. Wait, can you guys hear me? Not sure where John is. He said bathroom break a while ago. Hope everything is okay. Oh, Spac, you got to refresh your screen, bro. Y'all can hear me, right? That's why you're asking me if everything's okay, because you see the screen still. Hey, I'm here, bro. Y'all can hear me, right? At least I hope you can. Okay, cool, Cal. I was going to say, man, if I still got the bathroom wait screen up, it sounds like Spac. Click the live button. Still not showing on your end after the refresh? You should still be able to see me. I say I got favorite open stock right now. That's weird. Click the live button next to the play button, Spac. I don't know. We're not in the bathroom. Y'all could see me, right? Y'all could see me. Oh. Anyways, market's breaking down here. Yeah, I'm here, man. I'm here. Market's still breaking down here, guys. So, hey, let's see if it continues. Yeah, well, no, Spac thought, all right, look, there's Redbox pushing up to 5s. Market dipped here. I don't know why the market dipped. We might short a little bounce. Yeah. We missed it. We missed it. Look at this. We missed this whole breakdown that we called. Oh, well, it's all right. We'll wait and get in small and then add on a pop. Market bouncing back a little bit, but just chop city. Cover. $10 loss there. We got to just kind of chill and wait. You are heard, Aga. Yeah, hey, let's see if $5 can break here. Let's see if $5 can break here for Redbox. Big movement here for sure. ExxonMobil just ripped back over VWAP in the last few minutes, and so we're going to kind of chill with our positions. Here's the SPY itself. ExxonMobil pulling back a little bit, probably going to drag the market down with it here. Jwx is still up there. Redbox is consolidating just under $5 a share, just under $5. ExxonMobil dipping all the way back down some. So another choppy sideways day here. We're actually scalping a little bit on the Q again. We finally caught this breakdown, $10 or 10 shares. All right, Redbox is about to break fives again, or at least trying to. There's the $5 break. There's 5.10s. Got up to those highs of the day and coming back down now. There's 5.15s, 5.20s, 5.25s. So there's 5.30s. Redbox is going, guys. And we are shorting the market as we speak. There we go. We just covered there too. But a nice little green day for me outside of all this craziness. There's the SPY breaking lows. ExxonMobil starting to break through lows as well. What's up, Beach? All right, so Redbox up to 5.50s. Let's see if we can hold here. We might short a little bit on this pop. 10, 20 shares short. We might add up to 40 shares on this little ad, but all right, so there's 40 shares, but we got to be very careful because this could go against this quick considering the size of the rebound, man. Just such a choppy market, unfortunately, with everything going on right now. Market's just not holding gains at all, and when it does, it comes right back down, and when it comes down, it goes right back up. I'm going to get out there. We actually got out pretty close to break even on that, but yeah, just kind of, here's Redbox trying to break highs again at 5.50s. Complete turnaround here for the SPY too. Hey, what's up? I'm green slightly on the day, Joel. We're up like $10, so kind of break even, going back and forth. All right, so we got some down wicks. We'll add to this. See if we get a little flush down. There's a nice little drop initially here. Here we go. We'll cover a little piece into that. Still riding this down. Redbox over 550, still ramping up here, guys. There's 560s. Watching the SPY, a little volatile action now. Patience here for this one. Seeing if we can break down some more, but hands over the cover button in case it doesn't. Yeah, we're just going to cut that. Very, very choppy market today, unfortunately. Haven't done anything today. Don't feel like any trade. Has jumped out and said, take me. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. It's just kind of a slow day. Again, today might be slow because we don't really have any big earnings today, and we got big earnings later on in the week. We also have the FOMC meeting. And so it might kind of be a slow day leading into all that stuff later in the week is what I think today. Tesla up there to 813s. Redbox trying to get up there to break highs again at 575s here. We get over 6 for Redbox, and then we're kind of talking. You know, we're kind of talking if we can get over 6. So yeah, so can you name all the dates from? Yeah, sure, man. So Tuesday, tomorrow, we have Coca-Cola. We've got McDonald's. We got UPS, GM, Raytheon. In the morning, and then in the evening we got Microsoft, Alphabet, so Google, Visa, Texas Instruments, Chipotle, and that's tomorrow. So Wednesday we got T-Mobile, Boeing, ADP, Humana, Shopify, and Spotify, Sherwin-Williams, and Hilton in the morning, and then Wednesday evening we got Meta, so Facebook, QCOM, Ford, Etsy, and O'Reilly. Thursday morning, we have MasterCard, Comcast, Pfizer, Harley-Davidson, Shell, Merck, Keurig, and Honeywell in the morning. And then in the evening, this is when the big one's going to be, we're going to have Thursday evening, we're going to have Apple, Amazon, Intel, Roku, Edwards. And then Friday in the morning, we have Exxon, P&G, Chevron, AstraZeneca, AbbVie, Cibo, Bloomin' Brands, Enbridge, and a few other ones. And so that's kind of what we got right now. But yeah, big earnings start tomorrow, really, with Coca-Cola, Raytheon, McDonald's, Pfizer, or no, not Pfizer, GM, UPS, GE, all tomorrow morning. Yes, sir, Dallas. Hey. Yeah, no worries, you didn't. Again, if y'all haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every weekday morning right here on YouTube without selling anything or charging for anything or claiming to be an expert or acting like gurus. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We certainly appreciate it. If you could, take the time, mosey your mouse on over to that subscribe button and click it. Market's kind of sideways at this point in time, but we do have a slight downward trend that we can kind of attack here, I think. Shorting the market right now, but all right, we're in 40 shares right now, 40 shares of the Q. There we go. Starting to get a breakdown here. Trying to be patient. Redbox over 550s. This is just making it too choppy. We're close to break even on the day, but the market is just too sideways for me, guys. So I'm going to bow out of the day. Like I said, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Check out Top Step if you want to try to get funded. And again, the easiest way to do so is like, again, if you look at the E-mini and then you look at the SPY itself, you know, you could trade this right side here with no PDT rule. This is the same price action, guys. Same price action here and here. You could trade this right side with no PDT rule, instant settlement, shorting ability, all that good stuff. And again, there's no PDT rule. You get instant settlement, all that good stuff. And so if you haven't already, Top Step funds traders and futures. They give you a demo. If you can hit their target on that demo while following their rules and conditions, then they'll fund you between 50 up to over 100K with a 90% profit split at this point in time, a 90% split. And so again, great way to help support the channel is checking out Top Step. It's much, a lot of people can say good and bad things about these funded account programs, but the reality of it is it's a lot cheaper to go the funded account route than it is to put up the 10 or 15K yourself in the futures market. You can day trade in futures with no PDT rule, instant settlement, shorting ability. You can go long and you can essentially trade the SPY like I trade in the futures market on the E-mini or the micro E-mini. But again, there's no PDT rule in futures. And so you can trade without restrictions in the PDT area, and you can also try to get funded on Top Step, and it's a lot cheaper to pay the 160 minus 20% if you use my link than put up the thousands yourself if you want to try out the futures market. And so check out Top Step. There's the link. Also check out Benzinga, guys. Benzinga, great resource for traders. You can use Benzinga and figure out what's moving in the markets. And you can even try Benzinga out for free for 2 weeks without even needing a CC number. So there's the link for that. I'm going to go ahead and close it down. It's a slow day for me, equities wise. And so we'll see what Redbox does for the rest of the day. If it breaks over 6, I think it looks interesting. But again, who knows? In the end, guys, good luck. Love you all. We'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Stay safe in this market, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.